Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/1Live Stew. Brain IQ Chews. Smart, natural, built for results.
Stewart Mead in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are watching and listening to the Two Live Stews Experience. Doug's joining me today. Joe, good morning, sir.
Absolute great morning, Doug Stewart. I'm fired up, man. I'm ready to rumble in the jungle. There's no doubt.
Hey, Joe, it's perfect we got you on, man, because we can talk about all of the things that occurred on this Monday night in college football and everything surrounding college football and the NFL. You had a cup of tea in the NFL as well. It's perfect. It's perfect. Ryan's not here, but we got my man Joe Ham, 100 grand.
Doug, real quickly, Doug, you said a cup of tea in the NFL. Should I boast on having a Super Bowl ring for being a part of the team?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking for a long time, man. I gave that ring to my dad, and I was ashamed of it only because I did not say hut, hut. And boy, he scolded me. He tried to give it back. He said I was tripping. And I've come to my senses now, Doug. There's no doubt about it. For about 3 or 4 years, man, I gave that ring to my dad, and I said I don't want any parts to do with it because I wasn't a part of the team, being very, very selfish. But I've grown and I've matured.
Joe, I mean, that's I hate to hear that, man. I mean,
yeah.
You were one of, so what's it, a 53-man roster, right?
Absolutely.
You were on the team. You weren't on the practice squad. Were you on the bench?
I was on the bench. No, I was not on the practice squad. I was on the 53-man roster, but
you was on the 53-man roster of a Super Bowl winning team, the Indianapolis Colts, right?
No, this was the Tampa Bay Bucks.
This was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So you missed the Indiana.
I missed the Colts.
Okay,
absolutely, yeah.
Joe, you were on the 53-man roster for the world champion, probably one of the greatest defenses of all time, one of the greatest coaches of all time, Tony Dungy.
No, it wasn't Tony Dungy.
Who was it?
It was John Gruden.
Oh yeah, freaking John Gruden.
But that's okay. That's okay because Tony Dungy drafted me. Tony Dungy is the one that drafted me. It's a whole big time story about that involvement, about what happened with me in the experience with 5 Hall of Famers on that defense, like you alluded to. Tony Dungy, John Gruden, Keyshawn Johnson, all the characters on that team. But again, it was the quarterback in me that believed that you had to say hut, hut, and actually play in the game to be involved or to wear that ring. But again, Doug, that was the old Joe. That was the young Joe. That was the selfish Joe. I've come to my senses, my brother.
Hey, Joe, listen, man, I'm going to tell you, to say that you were on that roster, on the 53-man roster for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the greatest defenses of all time, damn that. Whatever. I'm going to give you your shot now.
Yes, sir.
So, I transferred to South Carolina State. This reminds me. I transferred to South Carolina State. And back then, they had that whole thing where you had to sit out a year. Oh, yes. These young people don't understand how good they got it now. These cats is transferred. Like, it's unbelievable. So when I transferred to South Carolina State, I had to sit out, okay? That spring, after that 1 year I sat out, that spring, I came out and I was on the spring. I was playing spring ball with the team. That's when I tore my ACL, was in spring, okay? Mm-hmm. We didn't know it was torn at that point. That's another long story. But coming back into the season in August for 2-a-days, I came back on the field for 2-a-days. Long story short, 3 or 4 days later, I tore it completely. So I was done. So Once again, didn't know it was torn completely, but I'm in the team picture. Okay? I'm in the team picture. So damn it, I was on the team. I don't give a damn what. Didn't suit up for the team at all. Didn't play a down of football for South Carolina State. But the way I look at it is I gave up blood, sweat, and tears for South Carolina State. They went on to win a national championship that year in the they used to call it the Heritage Bowl. And so, damn it, I'm on the team picture. I'm right there in the team picture. Damn it, I'm a South Carolina State Bulldog.
There's no doubt about it, Doug. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I totally agree. I don't know what I was thinking, man. I was so selfish. Man, I was so selfish. But there you go, because my dad asked me, Doug, he said, were you on the scout team offense when they were getting the defense prepared? Yes, I was. You talked to Derek Brooks now. You talked to Warren Sapp, like I talked to about 2-3 months ago. I was Michael Vick doing the week of preparation. Right. I was the mobile quarterback doing the week of preparation. So I helped immensely. So It was just a selfish little deal about playing and saying hut hut. But I'm back to my senses, my brother.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so a ton we got to get into. Fifth Down with Reggie Carson coming up a little bit later, where he's going to talk about the 5 biggest stories in the NFL. It really is going to kind of, what's coming up as well with that as well, since, the season pretty much is over. We only got 2 games coming up this weekend. Arley Report, entertainment news, last 48 biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. As well as we're going to get into the 4 biggest stories in sports this year. Joe, the NFL or the college football season is a wrap. It's always tough when we do these shows on Thursday. We do the shows on Monday and Thursday. It's always tough when we do the show on Thursday and something happened big on Monday night because it's been so many days. But we got to talk about it. I'm glad we got you here to talk about it. If you're new to the show, we are joined today by Heisman Trophy runner-up. He should have won the damn Heisman in 1999, Joe Hamilton. But we got to talk about what happened Monday night with the national championship game, Indiana and Miami. Indiana, everybody knows, they're the national champions. And it was an incredible year. Not just it was an incredible game as well. Came down to the very end, but it was an incredible year. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But Joe, I wanted to ask you about when you came through high school, you got to college at Georgia Tech. The main question I was thinking is, because all these guys are transferring once again and in and out of the portal, it's different today than back when you came through, because guys got recruited, they came in, they probably redshirted, they waited 2-3 years, and then they started their junior or senior year. That's not right. The way it is today. Like today, you're getting seasoned guys. We talked a lot about Indiana and the fact that they've got a roster full of 23 and 24-year-olds, where Miami had a bunch of young guys. So it's different today. Do you like what's going on with college football right now? Just a general question.
Well,
do you like what's going on with college football now, and the parity and the portal and NIL making everything kind of even? Or do you like the way it was where teams, they got guys out of high school, they recruited high school players, they nurtured those guys, they built those guys up over years? Or do you like it the way it used to be or the way it is now?
Well, Doug, I don't want to contradict myself, but I love it. I absolutely love it. But right now, I don't like it too much because it's hurting my son. My son plays quarterback at the Landmark Christian School, and we've heard this entire season leading up to this national signing date that's going to be, 13 days from now on that Wednesday, first Wednesday in February. And wait and see. We're going to get our quarterback out of the portal. We want a seasoned quarterback. So now they're building their teams that way, and that the high schoolers are taking a little bit of the back seat because me as well, Doug, if you and I were coaching a team, would you rather go and get a high school guy that needs developing, or would you rather go get a guy that's been in the system and knows the college landscape, it's been the class, and a little bit more mature? So I think it's a big-time mix. You have to have both of those things. But I love the way it's going now. Why? Because it's fair, Doug. It's
Right.
fair, and
Right.
no more excuses. And I'm talking about no more excuses now because what Indiana has done, because 2 years in a row it was done differently. Last year it was done by Ohio State, in my opinion, buying a roster, $20 million, and is well documented. And this year, yes, Indiana paid some guys, but they didn't buy a roster. They went out and, dare I say, managed a roster, divvied out money the right way, and really balanced it with Coach Kirk Cignetti. And what's going to happen now, Doug, in my opinion, coaching is going to rise to the top. There's going to be more of the coaches coaching than the Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah, because the talent's going to be equally spread out. Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned in the pre-show, and you're watching the 2 Live Shoes Experience, you mentioned on the pre-show that you actually went on your first visit with your son. Talk to us a little bit about that. How was that, and did it remind you of when you came through? Talk about it a little bit.
Well, yeah, I had to humble myself a little bit, Doug, and say to myself, because the visit was up there, West Point, Army, and an excellent opportunity that Skylar would be was presented with. And if he makes that choice, I'll be, through the roof ecstatic, because being a dad, and I know that's going to set him up for life. But I caught myself, Doug, saying, hey, Joe, this is not for you. What are you doing enjoying yourself the way you're enjoying yourself and getting wined and dined, so to speak, and getting treated like you're being recruited? Make sure you nurture him and tell him what to look for and what not to look for, and the red flags or the good and or the pros and the cons. And it was just fabulous to see his eyes look around and being loved on because what he accomplished on the football field. Because I took 5 of them. Excuse me, Doug. I took 4 visits. Clemson, Nebraska, Penn State, and South Carolina, the Gamecocks. And
wow.
Yes. And I love to say it like this, Doug. We don't know when we cover sports and these guys getting up and they're putting the hats on and they having their national signing day. We don't know. That's a tough decision, man. That's a tough decision. It's not easy where you're getting recruited by, I say, Appalachian State, and you get recruited by Coastal Carolina, which are great schools.
Right.
But when you have top of the line, Nebraska was coming off a national championship. Penn State had just gone 12-0 with Kajana Carter and Kerry Collins. These guys in Clemson and South Carolina were hometown guys, and so you had to kind of maneuver that because you had some classmates and some professors wanting you to go to Clemson. You had the same thing that wanted you to go to South Carolina, so they're pulling in the same way. So that decision is not always easy because you say, man, pick a school and let's go, man. What's the big deal? Because they are lying most of the time, and they're all saying the same thing, that we promising you the NFL, we promise you a starting position, but you have to dissect it and you have to do your due diligence of going to the school or going to the coach. It's a very fine line, Doug.
This is going to probably carry over in the next segment. But Joe, people that are watching right now that don't know your story, it's so fascinating where you came from to be recruited at that level. Now, I asked you during the pre-show, there was a guy that came out of your high school. If you're new to the show, Joe Hamilton's high school and the town he grew up in is next door to my hometown, Moco, South Carolina. Monk's going to South Carolina, Alvin, South Carolina. So Alvin is super small. There's probably, you said it was 700 people in the town?
Yeah, we're a community. Well, I don't think we've got 1,000
Not
people.
really a town, a community.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So there was a guy that came out of your high school that I started hearing about before you. His name was Cliff Dingle.
Yes.
I don't know how Penn State found Cliff Dingle. Like, why would Penn State know anything about a kid that went to Macedonia High School, which was what, 2A or 3A back then?
2A.
2A. Like,
Yes.
How did Penn State find Cliff Dingle, and then kind of lead us into how they found? Did that lead to them finding you? Georgia Tech finding you? Then the number 1 pick in the draft, Courtney Brown, who got drafted number 1 by the Cleveland Browns, came after you. Like, how did these big-time programs, you mentioned Nebraska and Penn State and all, how did these big-time programs find 3 guys that were upper echelon football players in Little Alvin, South Carolina? Like, what's the connection?
You're giving me chill bumps now, Doug, just remembering it. Because of Berkeley High School.
My high school was Berkeley High School.
Yeah, where you and Stu went. It was Stratford High School. It was Somerville with John McKissick, the late great John McKissick. And what happened then is those guys knew Cliff Dingle, heard about Cliff Dingle, playing basketball. And they said, y'all might need to go down a couple more miles, which was 7 or 8 miles down, and check out this little high school that they have some athletes. And from Cliff Dingle being recruited to Penn State, that's when I was able to get noticed. Because remember, it wasn't Twitter. It wasn't any, phone and text. You had to go to the magazine to see who was top in the state. Street and Smith. There you go. And that's what got us on the map. And I'll tell you this, Doug. Courtney Brown, myself, Pearson Prelude, that's a Super Bowl champion with the Virginia Tech. And on the other side of the break, I'll tell you how Alvin got on the map. Because back then, you couldn't find Alvin. When I was playing at Georgia Tech, you could not find Alvin, South Carolina on the map.
Right. Wow. Okay, I'll tell you what. Hold that thought. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the national championship game and the Indiana Hoosiers, your national champions. Yes, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. I know you're probably exhausted because it's, kind of behind the times or whatever. But we're going to talk about it. I want to hear this fascinating story, continue to hear the fascinating story about Macedonia High School, which is now Timberland High School. The school combined with 2 other schools to make one school. So
two rival schools.
Right. So we're going to reminisce a little bit about that, but we got to talk about Indiana and what they did this year. Incredible season for the Hoosiers. Don't go away, all right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. The should-have-been Heisman Trophy winner, Joe Hamilton, joins us today. Ryan is out doing, I don't even know what he's doing or where he went or whatever. I picked my mother up from the airport, and she's kind of watching the children down there. Took her down there. I don't know what Ryan's doing, but he's not here today. He'll be back on Monday. But don't go away. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Yeah, just a lot of fun. Don't go away. 2 Live Stews experience.
My name is Donald Bradley. I'm the CEO and founder of Planet Marketing here in the United Kingdom for another amazing event. Today we had over 2,000 individuals coming to be educated and be recognized on what we believe is the fastest growing business on the planet. Never before have I gone to a local event in a country anywhere and had 9 rings to pass out, 9 6-figure rings from over $100,000 a year to over $500,000 a year. Stay tuned. Right place, right time, right people. If you know anybody that's involved in Planet Marketing in the 22 different countries that we're doing business in, get back with them. Everything in life is all about timing, but more important than timing is something called positioning. We are looking for leaders in a country near you. Join us.
Welcome back to the show. Hey, the tide of the 9-to-5 grind, dream of freedom. Planet Marketing offers a simple, accessible opportunity to build your own business, earn extra income, and travel the world, all with low cost and massive support. Join Planet Marketing today and start planning your escape. Listen, if you want to learn more about Planet Marketing and IntelliTravel, one of the commercials you just saw just now, email me, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. That's sme.dougstewart.com. And I'll shoot you some information, some more details, and see if it's a good fit for you with Planet Marketing. Joe Hamilton joins us today,
yes,
the Heisman Trophy winner. Joe.
Yes, sir.
We've never seen it before. 16-0 for the Indiana Hoosiers. Cignetti in his second year takes the Hoosiers from a 3-9 record in 2023 to undefeated once again, 16-0. What's your thoughts about the year that Indiana's had? It's funny because everybody remembers the movie Hoosiers. Was about basketball. The state of Indiana is known for basketball. Bobby Knight, but football, like I never thought in a million years you'd see the year that the Indiana Hoosiers had 16-0, and just all of the things that came along with it. Talk about the year that this team has had, man. What's your thoughts?
I wasn't a believer, Doug, until the confetti started dropping on Monday night. I was still in awe. I was in awe last year when they made it to the playoffs. I was in awe when they beat Ohio State to win the Big Ten championship. I was in awe when they, were the number one seed in all of college football playoffs. And then they proceeded to go out and dominate. And Doug, when you talk about Indiana, it's pretty boring because although they have the Heisman Trophy winner, what stands out? What stands out to me is good old-fashioned football. Winning 3 phases, they won 3 phases, made their field goals, had a block punt for a touchdown.
Right.
They won the running game. They won the time of possession. They had less penalties than the Miami Hurricanes. So when you look at it, it's done the right way. And it's done with the whole team full of guys knowing their role and not being jealous, so to speak. So now my initial thought going forward is that there are no excuses. So Cignetti put all the other coaches at high alert. I mean, high alert. And I'm just not talking about Power 4. I'm not talking about the blue bloods that when you're going to get back to winning the national championship. I'm talking about the Vanderbilt in the SEC. I'm talking about the Dukes of the world in the ACC.
Right.
What's holding you back now? Tell me what is holding you back, because Cignetti, you would not say that Indiana had all the football resources.
Right.
You wouldn't say that they were, paying and doing all those type of things, getting 5-star and 4-star recruits. So what would be your excuse? I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that they not only got there, Doug, they finished the drill. That's what I love the most.
You're exactly right. What he's done this year is basically said it's about coaching now. Because the talent's going to be evenly distributed, okay? When Nick Saban was Alabama, they were getting all of the top recruits. And it's crazy because they kind of their formula this year was non-traditional in the point that they had a bunch of these older guys, so they figured that out probably before everybody else has. That, we need to get more veteran players, more experienced players than these young high school kids coming out, because they're going to make less mistakes. They're going to be more mature about their planning and their preparation. So, and that's something new probably introduced. But, when you were at Florida State, when you were at Alabama, when you were at Michigan, when you were at Ohio State, when you were at the University of Florida, you had an advantage because you were going to get the better players, bottom line. And because you knew you were going to get the better players, you as a program probably could get the better coach as well. So now the great coach is going to say, man, if they got NIL money and, they're willing to spend it, I can go to Vanderbilt or I can go to Indiana and I can put together a team, and I feel like my coaching acumen is better than any of these guys at these bigger schools, and we can compete. That's absolutely what it comes down to.
And real talk, Doug, what would be right now, we're not talking our history, you and I are older. Right now, if you're coming out of high school, or right now, if you're thinking about getting in the transfer portal, why would it be more enticing to go to LSU or Oklahoma or Texas than Indiana?
When you're going to have to go up against these 4 and 5 stars all day.
Well, then again, you're going to have to compete wherever you are, but are you going to try to win? And are you going to get coached up? Because no longer, it used to be that I'm going to Alabama and Nick Saban and I'm going to get to the NFL. Because look at all those guys they've put in the NFL, all those guys that succeeded in the NFL. Mm-hmm. But hold on, now, Doug, Indiana can say, hey, you can come here, you can win the Heisman Trophy. Indiana can say, come here now, you can win a national championship. Mm-hmm. Indiana can say a lot of different things. In Indiana, what struck me Monday night, too, that a lot of people is not talking about, Indiana traveled, Doug Stewart.
Yes.
Indiana, it was 60-40 as far as Indiana fans to Miami fans, and they were in their backyard. But that blew me away, man.
We talked about that a little bit on the Monday show. Ryan brought that up. Like, who do you think the fan base is like? How do you think the crowd's going to look? And I said instantly, like, it's going to be overrun with Indiana people because they've never been there. Like, this is something new to them. Okay. This is something that they probably could never, ever imagine. Joe, they were 3-9 in 2023. That's 2 years ago, basically, at the end of the season. That's 2 years ago, and they win the national championship. They're one of the all-time worst teams that I can remember in college football growing up. My
They
entire
are.
life, the worst college football teams have always been, since I was a little boy, Indiana, Vanderbilt, Duke, Wake Forest, teams like that. And they win the freaking national championship. This is incredible.
Unbelievable, Doug. And here it goes that I present you a quick question. Where do you place Kirk Cignetti right now? Now, I know it's early. Some people would say it's early, but I just remind guys that last year, Indiana was in the playoffs. So his first year, they were in the playoffs. They won it this year, and we can all say it's because of coaching. Where do you put him? I'm talking about today's era. I know that Dabo Swinney has 2 championships. I know that Kirby Smart has 2 championships, national championships. But where do you put this guy, man? He has to go up there very, very high, in my opinion. And I love it. I love it.
So let me get back to that, but let me read this chat message from L Melton 9663. Indiana literally has the most losses in college football history. No program has lost more games than them. Think about that. And then it's crazy because it's the total other opposite end of the spectrum for Indiana basketball.
Yes.
So I'm sure that these kids in the state of Indiana, most programs are going to get the bulk of their team from kids from the state. Is that accurate? You're probably going to have a slight bigger percentage of kids from the state on these programs because of recruiting and relationships. But so you're taking from a basketball state where these kids were born and bred to play basketball, and basketball is it. And you somehow in a football program go to and win the national championship. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely
he said
incredible.
it. He warned us. He said, Google me. And I just love the parody. I just love that now going into next season, it's not about the Jimmies and Joes. So now when you're saying how many 5 stars and 4 stars, it's not as prevalent, not as relevant to say if they're going to definitely win. You have to coach them up. You have to develop them. And you have to have an eye for talent. Because, again, Elijah Surratt, the number 13, the wide receiver, Omar Cooper, the other wide receiver, the running backs, those guys came from Elon and James Madison.
Wow.
Fernando Mendoza, 2-star that went to Cal first. So it wasn't like everybody else didn't have an opportunity to get those guys. It's just they passed on them, and Cignetti and his staff had an eye for them.
So Ken Cannon, what's up? This is my chapter, bro. One of my Neos. Texas spending a lot of money. Will they win? I guess he meant win the national championship next year. If not, why? My son is at Ole Miss. Is Lane Kiffin building a powerhouse at LSU? Lane Kiffin, one thing Lane Kiffin can do is recruit. He can definitely coach as well. So I look for LSU to go a tick up next year as well. It's just crazy the parity that we have right now. Probably the biggest stat in the most incredible, one of the most incredible stats of all times is the fact that Alabama, or not Alabama, who played in the national championship this past week? Miami had 56 4 or 5-star players on their team, and Indiana only had 8. Like that just speaks more to what the point that you're making, that he's coaching these guys up. Now, once again, it's a different breed than just saying, oh, well, these guys were only 3 and 2 and 1 stars. Yes, the portal and the fact that these guys were older and more mature comes into play. But at the same time, you still got to say, man, Miami got the best talent in the country. They don't give these guys 4 and 5 stars for nothing. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they do, Doug. And that's what I was getting ready to say. Nick Saban said it on the panel right before the national championship game, and he was making a comparison between Damian Harris and Josh Jacobs, who he had in the running back room on his Alabama team. Damian Harris being a 5-star, Josh Jacobs being a 2-star. And he said, who's doing these ratings? Who's coming up with those guys in the stars, and what are they looking at? Are they just piling on? Have they ever coached? Have they ever evaluated talent? Or are they just going to these showcases and just because somebody else said they're pretty good, they're tagging along? And he said when they got on campus, they were both pretty good. But here is Damian Harris is out of the NFL right now, and Josh Jacobs is still in the NFL making a name for himself. So those 5-star, 55 5 stars and 4 stars, that's correct about the hype. But when they get in that competition, when they get there, when you look to the right and you look to the left, and the talent is very close, what's going to separate? Where's your heart? Where's your mental fortitude? Where's your ability to overcome? And some things you really can't measure as far as intangibles.
So there's paid scouts in the NFL, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews experience. There's paid scouts in the NFL, okay, that go around, and I'm assuming they watch film all day long. That's all they do. And
That's right.
They figure out who can play and who can't play. In college, it's a little bit different. This is my recruiting story. Coach Gary Harper, rest in peace. He was the running back coach at South Carolina State. And now this is a smaller division. This is 1AA. He was the running backs coach at South Carolina State. Once again, I played on the team South Carolina State in 1991. Okay. He had heard about my brother. He basically was one of the recruiters, like the assistant coaches were the recruiters, where they jumped into the car and they went and they traveled on their off time and they saw kids, but they couldn't watch a ton of video, I'm assuming, and a lot of tape because they were also coaching at the same time. He asked me, hey, can you introduce me to your brother? We'd roll down the Walterboro, South Carolina, watch Ryan play. I introduced him after the game across the fence, and Ryan was like, man, you know good well I ain't going to no goddamn South Carolina State. How you bring that guy? So my question is, how's a recruit? Are there recruiters that their sole job is recruiting? Are they only there to recruit, or are the assistant coaches and coaches in a big D1 program like Georgia Tech, are they going out and recruiting at the same time?
Yeah, the coaches are going out and recruiting, and that's when you have a mixed bag of coaches. That's when you have all-world coaches like Coach Kirby Smart was at Alabama. He is the top recruiter, and he's an outstanding coach. Some guys just can recruit, and they're going to mask their ability to coach on the field, but you're going to keep him around because he's going to bring talent in. Mm-hmm. Then you got guys that can coach very, very well and one of the best in the nation, but they can't go out and get talent because they don't engage and have the communication skills.
They don't have the personality, right?
The personality, so you're going to keep them around. So you're going to have a balance, but when they get on campus, it's the key, Doug. When they get on campus and everybody knows, I know, your brother would know, you would know, that they would tell you in a minute, you're whining and dining, you're telling you that you're the best thing since sliced bread. That is over. You have no stars when you come into this locker room, and a lot of kids can't deal with that. And I want to dismiss something about Indiana being so old.
Okay.
Check this out, Doug. If you get redshirted, then that means you're going to be 22 years of age. Not everyone is going to come in and be a Travis Hunter that's going to play right away. Not everybody's going to be, especially a quarterback, ready to jump in and be a Trevor Lawrence, ready to play right away. They need development. So if you get redshirted when you first get on campus and you stay there 5 years, you're going to be old. That's just the bottom line. So don't act like we've never seen teams with redshirt freshmen and redshirt seniors and redshirt juniors. That happens. That happens. So you still going to have to coach them up. Doug, you telling me 1 year different, 2 years different to where a guy is 20 years old and a guy is 22 years old. Now he's playing against a grown man. Come on, brother. Come on.
And you can make the argument that the younger guys are fresher than the older guys. The older guys are beat up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's if you're in your 30s. But what's the difference between a 20 and a 20? Now, again, 17-year-old and 22, 23, I get it. But how many guys are Malachi Tony out there playing as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old and dominating? So that's the thing. Why can't you dominate like Malachi Tony if you have the skill set? So I don't quite get with the team that's older and they're dominating young adults like that. Now you can miss me with that one.
I watched a video with Clinton Portis, former running back for the Miami Hurricanes, and he was saying how on his recruiting trip, they took him to the strip club down there in Miami, and he told some another interesting part of the story. But the point was the thing that sealed a deal for him going to Miami is they took him to a strip club, and instantly, and they took him to a strip club and really, really set him out. So I started thinking, like when I saw the video, I'm like, why doesn't Georgia Tech? Ryan has the same type of story. Do you have the same type of story? Because Atlanta is known for their strip clubs, their gentlemen's entertainment. Do you have the same type of story when they brought you to Atlanta for your recruiting visit? Did they take you to Magic City? Did they take you to the Blue Flame?
Doug, I have the same type of story because of your brother. He was my host. Ryan Stewart was my host when I came to Georgia Tech when I went on my official visit. He was the guy that showed me the ropes there. Yes, I had the same type of experience.
It seems like that would be it seems like that's an excellent tool to recruit great players. Like, why would you go on a recruiting visit to Georgia Tech and then go to a recruiting visit at Georgia and Athens? And if you go into Magic City, you should go to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, but that's a quick, real quick, Ryan, Doug, I'm sorry. That doesn't correlate because they're going to match you up with your host according to your personality. I knew Courtney Brown, the #1 overall pick from Macedonia, and when he came to Georgia Tech, they did not match him up with me. They had some other things for him to do because he wasn't that type of breed. He wasn't a guy that wanted to have that nightlife. He wasn't a guy that wanted to go to the shoe club. So you had to try to do some other things to entertain him. So you better know the players that you bring in on campus because you can run some guys off because that ain't their style.
Right. Courtney not trying to hang out in Magic City. Ryan was like, they took him to Magic City. He was like, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Can you imagine? Yeah, I mean, that would have. That's all I need to see.
Doug, I went to Georgia Tech and they were 1-10 the year before. So that tells you a lot.
That tells me a lot. Yeah, that tells everybody a lot. All right, man. Congratulations to Indiana, man. I know one person, or I know two people from the state of Indiana, and they got to be so proud. You're right. The huge following they had at the national championship game down there that came to Miami. That was a once in a lifetime thing that those people probably thought they'd never see in their lifetime. Shouts out to them, man. Congratulations to Signetti and the squad. They did their damn thing. You got to give it to them.
Now the question is, was it flukish?
Well, we'll see. We got next year. All right, when we get back from the break, Fifth Down with my man Reggie Carson talking about the 5 biggest stories in his mind coming up in the NFL this weekend. So don't go away. Stay tuned. Stay right there. It is the Two Live Stews experience. Yeah.
Just make your paper. Any way you choose. But understand the rules. If you get caught, you lose.
You can move a stone. You can move a key. You can move a pound or two. You can move some speed. You can.
There he goes. Welcome back to the show. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Joe Hamilton filling in for Ryan. My man Reggie Carson joins us with the Fifth Down.
Yay!
5 biggest stories in the world of the NFL coming up this weekend. Team, we bring you on to talk about the NFL, man, but give your thoughts about Indiana National Championship this past Monday. What are your thoughts? Why
are you throwing it to the Hurricane fans to just twist it and torment me, baby?
Well, I'm a Hurricane fan too, but like I said in the last segment, I mean, it's just an incredible story. I got much respect for what they did this year, and I'm sure you do too.
Look, much like what Joe just said, I didn't believe what my lion eyes were telling me the entire time. The whole time I kept saying, but it's Indiana.
Right.
It's Indiana.
Right.
Like, when's it going to happen? Look, Signetti has got those boys coached up. I've never seen a college team just look so professional at what they were doing. The guy's a good coach. He's a good recruiter. He brought players from James Madison.
Right.
These are James Madison players that he brought with him. Now, they had some extra time of playing, but much like what Joe was saying, I've never been one that gets hyped on this whole star thing. You know, these 5-star, these 4 stars, because these kids are getting more opportunities to travel and things like that, and getting more opportunities to get a higher grade. But it comes down because look, Malachi Tony, I believe, was a 2-star. He's either a 2 or a 3-star. I got to check.
And the reason for that probably is because he's smallish. Simply, that's it. But that doesn't measure your heart and how much of a freaking man, a beast you are, though.
Right. But Doug, at the beginning of the year, I told you and your brother about a kid from South Florida named Malachi Tony before the season even started.
Right.
I said, like, look, man, this guy, if he keeps playing, he's going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate in 2 years. Now, I did not know he was going to show out this year.
Right.
But yeah, he was all world in South Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to Reggie Carson with the Two Live Stews, the Two Live Stews Experience. 5 biggest stories coming up in the NFL this weekend. Reg, give us your number 5 story.
Well, number 5 is the coaching carousel. You know, McDermott is out. Possibly Dayball is coming back to Buffalo, and it's just the coaching carousel and seeing what actually works with stability. You used to be able to have a coach that would be there. You could build your program. You had a stable program. You knew what type of draft picks would be coming in because you wanted to fit that coach's scheme. Now it's just willy-nilly. We've never seen anything like this. In fact, last night I was hanging out, and this guy was asking me, well, who do you think is going to get fired next year? And I was like, next year? Well, hell, we still going in this season.
Right. We've got like 6 or 7 jobs to fill still today. Right. So, I question giving coaches the same opportunity that you would give first-round draft pick quarterbacks. You have to build a program and have some type of stability. I don't think any of us saw McDermott getting fired, but I mean, maybe there's some truth in what's happening because, you know, there was the whole situation with him and Keon Coleman, and a lot of people are asking questions about that. You know, how's this guy healthy scratch? What are you doing with this kid?
Well, here's my deal with it, Reg, a little bit as far as McDermott and the Buffalo Bills. It shocked me as well, but I quickly came to the conclusion that it's Super Bowl or bust. Right. The owner said Super Bowl or bust, and I also liken that to John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, it caught us by surprise, but in-house they said that when are we going to be able to get over the hump and win a Super Bowl? Yeah, you can win a divisional round, wild card round, but these situations now, time is passing us by. Time is passing us by, and you're not getting it done, and we have to move on. Do I agree? No, I disagree wholeheartedly because now Sean McDermott and John Harbaugh. Now John Harbaugh is off of the coaching carousel, but who's a better coach than McDermott now? Mm-hmm. That has wins. Now you have to go and hire guys that didn't have wins or failed elsewhere. This is a successful coach that got fired.
Yeah, and I think it was Dan Campbell that said, you know, last year he was like, man, the lines are this thin. Like, it's hard to win in the National Football League. It's hard to win playoffs. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. So I understand what you're saying, Joe, and I totally agree with you. This goes back to what Anabakupo said that one time, which is like, you know, we still had a great season. We didn't win the NBA championship, but we still had a great season. Mm-hmm. And I know it's Super Bowl or bust. I know a lot of owners are thinking that, but come on, man, you got to give these guys an opportunity. This is the greatest team sport of all time, and it takes the entire team to win a championship, not just one player.
Talking to one-time Fox contributor Reggie Carson with the Two Live Stews on his 5th down. Give us your number 4 story, Q.
That's the playoffs, baby. Playoffs. Are you talking playoffs? Seattle versus the Rams. Of course, the Rams are now traveling up the road. They're going to Seattle for the NFC Conference Championship. I'm actually looking like I'm a believer in Matthew Stafford from Georgia. I'm a huge believer in Puka. Now, it took me a long time to give Puka his due. Puka is the damn truth.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Yes, sir.
So it's, you know, and of course, Devontae Adams, which is probably he might go down as top 15, top 20 wide receivers of all time when everything is said and done. Having those weapons out there for Matthew Stafford is definitely something that I think that the Rams have an opportunity, even though Seattle's defense is a beast. The Rams have an opportunity to sneak one and get into the Super Bowl. And then you go across the land to the other game where the Patriots are now coming into Denver. But Denver doesn't have Bo Nix, y'all.
There's no way.
Bo Nix is out. Bo Nix is out. And Stidham is stepping in. Now, this is not Nick Foles, my Philly fans. This is not Nick Foles, who had that previous starting ability. This is Stidham.
Right.
Now, Joe, you're a former quarterback, and you played in a system, and you were a backup quarterback at the height.
Right.
Coming in, what's it like? What would it be like coming in for somebody like Stidham trying to replace Bo Nix in the scheme of play?
Reggie, anything is possible, but I have to say he doesn't stand a chance. Okay, I'm just being real with you, and because Reggie, this is not like Davis Mills with the Houston Texans. He hadn't played in 3 years.
3 years. Right.
So now think about getting the speed of the game. He hadn't been tackled in 3 years or 2.5 years. So the bullets haven't been flying. You can have all kind of practice schemes and segments and periods the way you say, hey, touch him up a little bit, but you know he's not going to the ground. So that is why, yes, he will be prepared. Yes, Sean Payton's going to have him, just a package that's going to make him feel comfortable. He's not going to make that kind of mistakes, but how are you going to score if you're going to play timid? So I worry about the game speed and him adapting and how quickly can he adapt not playing football in a long time.
Yeah.
You think they're going to blitz him all game?
They're going to blitz him all game because you have Gonzalez. You have a total package with the Patriots. You can rush with that front seven or the front four and leave those guys on man-to-man in the back end. And when you have those guys back in, can confuse them a little bit, mix match the coverages. It's just not like the chalkboard. So everything he's getting right now is chalkboard and scripted plays. It's not going to be so scripted on Sunday afternoon.
I love it. I love it that you mentioned Gonzalez. I tell people all the time, if you got a quarterback, if you got a left tackle, and on the defensive side, if you got a pass rusher, and if you got a lockdown corner, you got something. And they've got a lockdown corner with Christian Gonzalez.
And that's why my question goes to you now, Reggie. How you feel about Drake May? Because he's not performing, and the Denver Broncos, they have all those things you just said: pass rush, defensive backs, and the MVP Pat Surtain. So they have the same thing on their side as well.
Yeah, but Drake May's got that magic going, man. It's something about that kid, man. He's the moxie that he's playing with. I actually think that the Broncos are going to get upset, and I think that the Patriots are going to go back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right. Story number 3.
Story number 3, going back somewhat, talking about McDermott, and of course, and we mentioned it, is Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is now the big question, with what Buffalo is going to do. Are they going to build around this kid and give this kid some weapons? He had nobody to throw to at the end of the season. Like, nobody to throw to, really. So the question is going to be, do you start building more around his legs and the ability that he's able to get outside and scramble and get some yards? Or do you want to put him in a situation where you're trying to protect his career? There's some talks right now out of Philadelphia that A.J. Brown might be getting shipped to Buffalo for a first-round draft pick at the beginning of next year. Of course, it's still going to be a salary cap hit, dead cap hit to the Eagles, but I think it's a win-win situation. It definitely, if you can give Josh that number one true blood receiver out there on the outside.
Yeah, and it's been a long point of conversation on this show that Josh Allen is overrated, and whenever he does have a good game, that the commentators, it seems like the industry has just been vouching for this guy for years and years. We've been saying it from day one because our uncle hated Josh Allen for whatever reason. I don't know why, a couple of years ago, starting at the beginning of his career. But I'm starting to see a lot more people say the same things that we've been saying on the show. Not that he's not a good quarterback, but in the comparison to upper echelon quarterbacks, in particular Lamar Jackson, whenever the Ravens lose, it's Lamar's fault. Whenever the Bills lose, it's somebody else's fault. Going to be very interesting to see what they do next year. Wide receiver, from the wide receiver stance. You mentioned earlier Keon Coleman. It seems like they're throwing him under the bus. which a lot of it is deservedly so. He has not produced to the point where he got drafted at, but it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in Buffalo going forward, man. You're right. All right.
Can I throw your name out, Reggie, real quick? Doug, my fault. What about, how do you feel about George Pickens, who's a free agent going over there? Do you trust him? Now, I know he was on a, expiring contract. He wanted to really be on his best behavior in the Cowboys, but he did that. Will you go out there and you think that's a good fit with Josh Allen? And I know he's a ticket bomb sometimes, but how do you think that fits?
I don't know if it fits the culture of what they're doing in Buffalo per se, like he does in Dallas. I think AJ, and of course, I would like to see AJ get his opportunities more, and I would definitely like to see the Eagles get a first-round draft pick for AJ. I think that something like that meshes better for what Josh is doing, because he's got, even though they're both all-pro in the past, AJ was all-pro in the past, and now Pickens is an all-pro receiver. I don't see it fitting as well as it might say with AJ Brown in Buffalo.
All right, team, give us number 2 on your list of big stories this weekend in the NFL.
So number 2 is being tone deaf to what's going on. Matt Ryan, God bless him, he got his new job. He's now the president of football operations for the Atlanta Falcons. But hiring Kevin Stefanski in Atlanta, with everything that happened with Deion, even Deion went on and tweeted, was like, what? What the hell is happening? Yeah, I don't know if the Atlanta football fans are going to give Stefanski as much rope as they've given coaches in the past. But it's going to be hard for the fan base to accept this hire, I would think, seeing that this is Atlanta. And I don't know how this is going to play out.
Right. And listen, we talked about it in depth on Monday. It's just bad karma. Like the fact that Deion is either 1, 2, or 3 the greatest player in Falcon history. And to watch what played out in Cleveland this past year with, it appeared that Stefanski didn't like Deion's son, Shador, I think just leaves a bad taste in the fans' mouth here in the city. It was just, I don't know. And you used the exact right phrase, tone deaf. Like, Matt Ryan has to be aware of the story underneath the story, right? Like, he had to understand that there's probably going to be some ill will from the fan base here, a large part of the fan base here, towards Stefanski because of what happened this year. He had to have known that, right?
You'd be surprised when you sit at that ivory tower and you don't understand what's going on with the common folks downstairs. I'm not saying Matt Ryan is not in touch with what's happening with the Atlanta football fans, but it sure enough seemed like it, because last time I checked when I was in the Mercedes-Benz, there were still a lot of 21s jerseys up and people walking around. There's still a lot of Michael Vick jerseys walking around that stadium. So you need to know what your fan base is saying. It's very interesting to me also that the NFL is going to this former quarterback power structure now. You've got Matt Ryan, you've got Brady, who's making calls in Vegas. You had Elway that was doing it in Denver. I know quarterbacks, Joe is smiling, I know quarterbacks know what's going on with football, but they're putting them in charge of the entire organization right now.
Yeah, but I'm with you, Reggie. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like at all that Matt Ryan was given the ability to hire Kevin Stefanski alone. When you saw that picture with Kevin Stefanski and Arthur Blank and Matt Ryan, who else was helping Matt Ryan out? Right. Nobody. So Matt Ryan came from out of the booth 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago to hiring a head coach, and now he's going to hire a GM. I thought he was going to be a consultant. Right. I thought he was going to give his advice to these things, not being the go-to guy. Let's take Sanders out of it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't like the Stefanski hire when you're talking about 8 wins out of 28 wins in 2 years. Right. I mean, he upgraded. And not only that, news came around that he hired Tommy Rees. You remember, this is the Tommy Rees that got ran out of Alabama as the OC in college. This is the same Tommy Rees that wasn't wowing us last year with the play calling in Cleveland. So as a football, from a football standpoint, where's the catch? I think Matt Ryan made this hire as if he was playing quarterback and who he wanted as his offensive coordinator and not as an overall team, looking at it as a team. That's really disappointing, guys. Now, I have to trust Matt Ryan. I have to because we don't know, but I don't like where he's headed. It's almost like Cleveland has moved to Atlanta.
Right.
Cleveland South.
Cleveland South.
It's Cleveland
Number one story for you this weekend, Q.
Number one, man, it was very interesting to talk about an 18-game schedule and how the push is really going to get pushed now. Robert Kraft floated around the idea and changes of having an 18-game regular season schedule and keeping everybody happy to include the union. I don't know if 18 games is definitely when we're looking at what's happening with the playoff run right now and how people are their bodies are just getting bruised up. We're getting backups that are playing in championship games. I don't know if 18 games is something that the league really needs. And I understand that it's a money-making thing, but on a human issue of wearing and tear on the body, I think it's just too much of a wear and tear.
When we were growing up, was it 12 games or 14 games? Like when we were kids?
It was 14 when we started off watching.
I think it was 14. And they're talking about 18? Yeah, that seems like a money grab, man. And it's not looking at the best interest of these players and their bodies. You're absolutely right. Joe, what's your thoughts on that?
There's no way the NFLPA can allow it.
Right.
That's what I think of it. There's no way when it comes down because the owner's going to want it. The owners are going to want to make money, and the players are going to have to reject it. When you're talking about the leaders of each team, they can't allow that to happen. No way.
Hey, Reggie Carson with his 5th down. Q, we appreciate it. We'll see you next week. All right, when we get back from the break, we will have the Arlie Report. Arlie Michelle coming on to talk some entertainment. Don't go away. Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews. Shouts out to 107.5 WGPR in the D. Shouts out to y'all, man. Thank you. Don't go away. Two Live Stews experience. Yeah.
Being stranded on the side of the road, y'all, in Metro Atlanta is very, very stressful and it's dangerous. Bay 11 Towing is who you need to call. Bay 11 Towing's response times always outpace those national brands. I've been beside the road in Atlanta before, and when you're waiting for hours on a tow truck, it's not cool. Bay 11 Towing says they get to you faster, and they're more cost-effective and efficient while doing so. Whether you're dealing with a flat tire, a dead battery, or a full-on straight breakdown, the team at Bay 11 Towing is ready to get you safely back on the road or get your vehicle and yourself where you need to be. So next time you find yourself in a jam, Bay 11 Towing, give them a call at 404-770-6949. Again, that's 404-770-6949. Bay 11 Towing, where speed and savings come together to get you safely to your destination. Check them out at 404-770-6949. Fast, reliable towing that doesn't cost a fortune. Bay 11 Towing.
Welcome back to the show. Doug Stewart, Joe Hamilton, joined by Arlie Michelle. Arlie, good morning. How are you?
Oh, my goodness, I'm here. That's all I got. Good morning.
Good morning, Arlie.
Hey, Joe Hamilton, how are you?
Outstanding.
Hey, he's always so just like, I'm going to start using those kinds of, are they called superlatives? Adjectives. We'll call them adjectives. They're adjectives. I'm talking about superlatives. Lord, I went back to high school. Yeah, I'm outstanding. I'm going to pick one. I'm not going to do outstanding, though. How are y'all this morning?
We are
Doug,
fantastic.
you?
I'm fantastic.
Oh, he ready for the weekend.
It must be a low country thing. We're very positive early in the morning.
That is so awesome. I'm going to get my positive on in the morning. I wake up happy. I really do.
Okay. All right. Arlie, how's everything going? How's the family?
Everybody is good. I forgot it's Thursday. This week, has anybody else thrown off? When you have a day off on Monday, and then I was somewhere on Saturday that felt like a Sunday, I have been off all week. Literally. In my mind, it's a whole different day. I don't know what day I thought it was, but it's Thursday, and I'm excited about it.
It's Thursday. Arlie, tell us a little bit about where we're at on the Two Live Stews cruise.
So, for those that do not know, and I don't know how you don't know, but if you don't, here we are to tell you. The two gentlemen by the name of Doug and Ryan, who happens to be somewhere today, they are taking us on a cruise. We are going to the beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, February 6th through 9th to celebrate the big game, the Super Bowl. Woohoo!
Yay! Super Bowl.
Many of us, this is the inaugural Cruise with the Stews. That's right. Cruise with the Stews, February 6th through 9th. So for those that are traveling with us, please, if you have not downloaded the app, gone in and checked yourself in so that you can get your time that you board, please do so. If you have any questions, people have been texting and checking in with me on different things, because this part of it, a lot of it is on your own to like pick your, and not that you can have to do by yourself. Reach out to me and I can help you understand what packages you're picking. If there are any extra excursions you like, you can do all of that through the app. There are a few things you have to do with me, but if not, get to checking in, everybody. Woohoo! We're going to have so much fun on the big water.
On the big water. Absolutely. All right, Arlie. Entertainment news. What you got?
So first up, as everyone knows, we want to say the Stews crew. Oh, I got tongue tied this morning. The Stews crew wants to wish everybody who has birthdays the month of January thus far and coming up, happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy bar mitzvah, happy whatever you celebrate. Happy. Woohoo!
Happy birthday.
That's right. And we have a few birthdays that go out today. Doug, what you got?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Who's laughing? Birthday's not funny. Birthday's not funny.
I didn't tell a joke. Happy
That's
birthday.
right. You didn't tell one of them Ryan jokes. I've been every time my feed. This is an aside. My feed pops with these crazy little. Have you seen these little aliens that tell these jokes? What do you call a man that doesn't?
Right.
Have they keep now that I pick at Ryan. Now I'm getting all these crazy jokes. I was like, no, stop it.
Algorithm.
Oh my God, it's listening very hard. Now I'm probably gonna get something else crazy. We want to say happy birthdays. Do y'all know who Jeffrey Allen Towns is?
Jeffrey Allen Towns.
Who do you
No.
think that is? Well, that is one better known as DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, happy birthday, Jazzy Jeff.
61 years old, y'all.
Jazzy Jeff is 61.
Every time I do these birthdays, I have either I figure out somebody that's gone on to glory that I didn't know, or it's somebody that's far older than I want them to be, which means clearly I am far older than I want to be at this point, but I'm grateful. So yes, DJ Jazzy Jeff of the famed group duo with Will Smith is 61. Former NFL running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Rice, turns 39 today.
Happy birthday to him.
Yes, he just kind of.
Well, you remember he had that whole controversy. He punched the chick in the mouth.
No, his wife.
His wife.
Was his wife. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah.
In the elevator, and his 6 years, that was it for him. And then I don't know if y'all remember this rapper, Silento. Watch me whip.
Yes, I remember that song. Yes.
That's his only song.
Right.
Yes, because
I know.
Bless his little heart, he is serving 30 years. We talked about this last year. He got sentenced to 30 years. Mental health issues, ended up killing his cousin and then trying to hide the death. This was just last July. So he is 30 years, but he will turn, bless his heart, he's celebrating his birthday, his 28th birthday in prison. Sentenced back in July. So yeah, stuff be happening. We don't know. And did y'all know that Afeni Shakur was gone on to glory?
Yeah,
Tupac's mama.
Yeah,
I did not remember that. You know, their names pop up every year, and then when you go to try to see how old they are, I was like, she died in 2016. I didn't remember that. Oh my God. Oh, Clarence Stu 42. Happy
birthday, Cuzzo.
Can I tell you, y'all Stews are everywhere. I mean, y'all got cousins, these Rivers and Stewarts, I tell you, everywhere. And I want to say happy birthday. Tomorrow will be, not tomorrow, 23rd. Lisa Wu, one of my girls, we did a play together. Me, Ryan, her, what's that child? Dorsey Levins. All of us want to play. So shout out to Lisa Wu, who has a birthday coming up. Kenya Moore, bless her heart. Tatiana Ali. Sleepy Brown, who we love, David Diggs, all these wonderful actors have birthdays coming up over the weekend. So shout out and happy birthday to them.
Shouts out to don't tell Doug I'm driving, y'all. Yeah,
hey,
you shouldn't be driving in Texas. But her hubs, Red Stick Poodle's husband, happy birthday to you. Tell your wife to stop driving in Texas. All right?
Hey, happy birthday, Clarence. That's right. Okay. Yes. Don't tell Doug you're driving because now he is calling the popo. If you see him leave the screen, or he might be texting him. He probably has a number in his phone.
Hey, shouts out to Ryan's wife, JPZ, as I call her
yeah,
affectionately.
yeah.
Today is her birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, JP.
To the one who calls you Douglas, along with Tree Taylor, the two women, Tree Taylor and JP. Happy birthday, JP.
Happy birthday, JP.
Surprised Ryan didn't find a way to come on here and sing it. But yeah,
Right.
we'll let him do that when he comes back. He'll give her a happy belated song for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all, first up, I really have been trying my best not to give any airplay to Nicki Minaj and all the sillies that she's doing. But now she is just can't keep herself out the news. She is having a big homophobic back and forth with Don Lemon. And Don Lemon, you know, is for the itch. He's ready for the sugar honey iced tea all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, to give a small backstory, Don Lemon does a report in, Minneapolis is on fire right now, Minnesota, the state, after the killing of 2 people there, ICE raids, all this kind of stuff. And so Don Lemon, they go into a church where they believe that one of the ICE persons is a pastor there. And so they go in and they're reporting. He's simply reporting at the church. He is not a part of the raid. Then our government decides the Department of Justice, like, we're going to investigate you. You cannot go into a church and blah, blah, doing all this. You know how they make up a story that wasn't a story.
Mm-hmm.
Then Nicki Minaj puts her 2 cents in and says that he is a cocksucker.
Damn.
She goes and something is it, and so that turns into that's the homophobic post. And then
it's kind of early for cocksuckers. Shit, Ollie, you caught me off guard with that. You gotta give us some warning. You gotta give us some warning when you come with CS.
Okay, he was okay. And then I link right. I'm sorry, I probably should not have said that on the radio. Yeah, let's go back. Can we take 2? Anyway,
give us a little warning. That's
I'm
all
sorry. She
right.
gives her that's her homophobic. I should have just left it at homophobic rant. And then on Twitter, and she talks about, they go back and show this post that she put in 2018 saying that, I was an immigrant, came here to this country at 5, and I couldn't imagine if my parents were snatched away from me. But now she's all in on the ICE raids and take these kids, and they shouldn't be, I don't know what's going on with her, Lord. She says she is all in for Trump. He fires back, tells her to sit the F down and get some sense in her head. They're really going back and forth. And I don't think she realizes that he too is for the same foolishness she's on. He too can do it probably, but a more intelligent way. What do y'all think about, because now 50 Cent is like, his take is, I told everybody, you don't talk about religion or politics because it is such a polarizing topic. But you have to take a stand in this kind of world. So what do y'all think about celebrities and their jumping into politics?
Well,
live and let live is what I say.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion. I don't got a problem with people having opinions at all. Clearly, us doing this show for so many years, definitely don't have a problem with that. But it's just what you're saying, and I don't have a problem. Like, I don't know if I would ever have a problem with immigrants or people trying to come to this country to have a better life. Like, we didn't have the option on whether we came to this country or not. So one way or the other, it doesn't matter to me. Y'all do what y'all want to do. That's how I've always seen it.
Yeah, the American dream is what I'm saying. The American dream, and unless you're really hitting it at home and affecting my home, my house, my family, my loved ones, I just say live and let live. Goodness.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. I think my issue is that's what America was built on. It's the whole, you're supposed to be coming here for, that's what it was created for. So it's interesting that they keep telling people to go home and like, wait. Didn't you steal this from some people that were already here? How you telling me to go home? You go home. Exactly. So yeah, it's interesting that she has this whole take on everything. I'm really, it's like watching somebody slide down a hill, just avalanche down the hill. It's like Kanye West was first, and it's like he dove off. I'm flying, whatever. He stays in the news about some kind of something he says, and you're like, don't talk no more. Just be quiet. My mom would tell my brother, stop talking. And Nicki Minaj, this back and forth. And Don Lemon is a respected journalist, even though he is no longer on a major network. He probably has more followers than he did, once he left CNN or was let go of CNN, whatever
Mhm.
happened with them. So this is gonna be an ongoing feud because she doesn't know how to stop talking. She don't know
Yeah.
how, so it's gonna be
Mhm.
ongoing.
Right.
To some more happy news, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell. Y'all know they have been, the twosome for many, many years. They're about to do a comedy horror show. They just announced that will not be just a one-off that they'll do for Amazon. So it's going to be interesting. I didn't watch The Good Burger. I remember they had that on one of the shows, All That, I think it was, Welcome to Good Burger. And they had that
Mhm.
little thing.
Mhm.
And
They
they had two
actually had a
movies.
movie. Right.
They
Right.
had two movies that were there, and they're talking about doing a Good Burger 3. They said they've sat down. They're not going to make people wait 15 years for it. But yeah, they're coming with this comedy horror show. So that's going to be, I don't know. They have a following. People love Kenan and Kel. They had their own show. They've had so many things.
So which one is the heavy set one?
Kenan.
That's
Kenan.
Kenan.
Yeah.
He went to Tri-Cities, right?
I did not know he went to Tri-Cities.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize I don't think I knew he was in Atlanta. Like
Yeah,
in
he's-
Atlanta,
Yeah,
College
he's from Atlanta.
Paul.
He's from Atlanta. Yeah, went to Tri-Cities High School. I'm not sure about the other one, the slender one, but yeah, absolutely, Atlanta, ATL, shawty.
ATL, Charlie. They say
Mhm.
College Park, home of the pimps and the money makers.
Mhm.
That's every time somebody say College Spark, that's the first thing that pops in my mind, which is sad. They were not together for a while, and I think they had some beef and some strife. Kenan's still on SNL, been on there for quite a while, which is interesting.
Killing it.
Killing it.
Right, still on there. At one point, he was having to play the black females. He was playing Oprah. He was playing the black males. He was doing Al Sharpton. He was everybody because it was just him.
Right.
And now I think he's not. There's a young guy who is on there now, and the young lady is gone. So I don't know who's playing their females, but very interesting. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be funny, scary, and a great ride. So you can imagine how crazy that is. I want to send special shout outs. This is just a mention. Love to see people do this. Coco Gauff on her second big give to the UNCF. So that's the United Negro College Fund, where they always do things for HBCUs. She gave $150,000 gift this year.
Look at God. Love it.
Nah, good. I love that.
Love it.
I know she is doing it to help students at HBCUs play competitive tennis. Xavier got a tennis team, so I'm so excited to see our schools get these tennis teams, golf teams. My school just got a baseball team. They're doing cross country. We have a rowing team now. We don't even have in place for them to row. They go row over, I think, at University of New Orleans. But it's a very good. It's nice to see our people giving back to good causes. She gave $100,000 last year, so
Wow.
that was a very big deal. And
Arlie, when that's done, when somebody gives something to the schools in general, plural, and that one HBCU, who makes the decision of how that money is divvied out? Do you know?
Well, from what I understand, and I have a friend who runs this organization called the Shot Foundation, where people just push money, like big, really wealthy people put their money, and then they get to determine how the money is distributed and to whom. So unlike those specific gifts, like when Melinda Gates gave, I think not Melinda, one of those, the one that was Bezos' ex-wife just gave like all these millions that equaled up to some billions of dollars to some of our HBCUs. They go specifically to like their general funds, and then they get to determine how they're spent. Some of them have their earmarked, like they got to go to your science department or have to go to so-and-so. The UNCF will determine who gets these. I'm sure you put into like a request of sorts, and then you probably have to have, whatever their requirements are to get funds. Cause I know they don't distribute 150 to 100 of we have 100 HBCUs, 108. I think. I know they don't all just get $1,000, or 10,000. So
Okay.
UNCF will make a determination of who's going to get it in their big pool of monies, but that is specifically earmarked to tennis programs. So it has to go to, tennis programs in their universities. Shouts out to her though. Woo! Did you give her a hand clap?
Absolutely. Studio audience loves Coco.
Yes. She's ranked number 3 in the tennis rankings, and she's just it's good to watch it. And she's young too. She's one of their youngest donors to the UNCF in terms of that large of scale of money. Okay, last up, we want to talk about the Angel Reese. Okay, y'all, you can now counts her credits in the acting world, and she says she manifests everything she wants. Now, the two-time WNBA star, an emerging media maven is what they're calling her. She loves this show called The Hunting Wives. Have either of you seen The Hunting Wives?
I have not.
No.
Oh my God, Tree, have you seen The Hunting Wives? It is. Let me tell you, if you want to watch something, I don't know if you guys would like it, but I feel like you would, because it was it on Netflix? I think it was a Netflix show, and everybody was talking about it at one time. I watched one episode and literally sat up all night long trying to catch, because I couldn't leave it alone. Hated the way it ended. And Angel Reese posted the same thing, that she was watching it. She hated the way it ended. Oh my God, are we gonna have a season 2? What's going on? The show is amazing. Go find it. Watch
It's called
it.
The Hunting Wives?
The Hunting Wives. Yes.
Sounds like a chick flick type thing, is it?
It isn't, but just watch it. Watch it.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an episode. I'm gonna give it an episode of my life. I'm gonna give it 1 hour of my life. It's an hour long, right?
Yes. And it's very like it will have you hooked, because you want to see, like, oh my God, what are these women gonna do next? Men are included too, but it's really about this group. The story is about this woman who moves there. They move from the big city to this Texas town, and Texas is different. Everything's bigger in Texas, as they say.
Yeah.
But anyway, Angel Reese loves the show, so she tweets about it, and then they find a way to give her a character. We don't know yet what character she's gonna play, because we weren't in there. That's the only other thing about it I didn't really like. It's not a lot of us, which I kind of, half of me is glad we weren't in it, because it was some mess. But the other half's like, well, y'all can't find a way for us to be in it. But they are. So they're coming with a season 2. Not sure exactly when that season is going to hit, but it will feature new cast members. John Stamos. Y'all remember John Stamos?
Yeah.
Still out there doing this thing. I don't know these other names. I'm gonna have to look these people up, because I know they probably the people, as
right.
She says, the Nordics. But the release dates yes, that's what she calls them, Joe the Nordics. A release date has not been revealed for the upcoming season, but the fans are excited to see how she plays in this drama. So she basketballing, she on TV, she doing the thizzle, I guess. So shouts out to her. She's also gonna be lending her voice to an upcoming animated sports movie called GOAT, starring Steph Curry, Aja Wilson, Dwayne Wade, Caleb McLaughlin, Jennifer Lewis, Jennifer Hudson, and a few. It's going to be a star-studded.
Ooh, that is star-studded.
GOAT. That's going to be great to see. Steph Curry has his production company. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't even know about in the movie world. So shouts out to Angel Reese.
Shouts out to Angel Reese. Big up to her.
Tell people on Hunting Wives to call me. I want to be a Hunting Wife.
Hey, Hunting Wives, call Arlie. She's
Arlie.
Fantastic.
She's ready.
Yeah.
For my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Shouts out to you, Detroit.
Hey, Arlie, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. All right, when we get back from the break, we are going to talk about another Mendoza at another school. But first, we have classic TDSS. All right? If you used to listen to the Doug Stewart Show years and years ago, we got some classic clips. It's in particular talking about boiled peanuts. You'll understand. All right? Don't go away. All right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Shouts out to WGPR 107.5 in Detroit once again. Don't go away. 2 Live Stews experience.
Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/1LiveStew. Brain IQ Chews. Smart, natural, built for results.
Welcome back to the show. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Ryan is out today. Thank y'all for joining your boys. We got my man Joe Hamilton. Should have won the Heisman Trophy back in 1999.
There it is.
Yeah. Hey, listen, do us a favor. Hit the share button. Like the show. It's very important to like the show. Hit the like button. Also hit the share button. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, one last request. If you'd like to donate to the show to help us keep the lights on, we would appreciate it. Look to the bottom of the chat to the right. There's either at the point you're watching it, a $ if you're watching live, or a heart symbol if you're watching the replay of the show. Click on that and donate to the show. $1, $5, $500, $5,000. We would appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to read Super Chat later on in today's show. So stay tuned for that. All of the people that donate will definitely read your chat messages as well as some other chat messages as well. Hey, listen, do you love to travel? Make money traveling with IntelliTravel. Become a home-based travel agent. Book dream vacations and earn commissions from anywhere with expert training and top suppliers. Turn your passion into profit with IntelliTravel. Your journey to a flexible, rewarding career starts now. If you want to hear more about how you can book your own travel, book travel for others, vacations, family reunions, etc., email me, sme.dougstewart@gmail.com, and in the subject line, put travel, and I'll shoot you more information and get you up to date on all of that and all of the possibilities. All right, so we have a classic stew. It's not classic stew. What are we calling this, Tree? What are we calling this? We're calling this, classic TDSS. Classic TDSS from the Doug Stewart Show. Big controversy, Joe. And you'll understand what you hear. It was a big controversy. Yes. It was nothing like Tree and Walter tried to portray. So here it is, classic Doug Stewart Show. Here it is, classic.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice, frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it? P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man! Not boiled peanuts! Come on, man! And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern! Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
I'm sorry, Doug. That's not even close. That's not even close to being a joke. That's not even close. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I clearly heard boiled peanuts. I clearly heard that. And when I heard boil, it was all over. When I heard boil, it's all over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Joe.
Tree, I'm sorry.
First of all, why would I?
And here's the deal. Here's the deal. Every gas station in the low country of South Carolina, when you stop, I mean, instead of you getting chips and all those other things, we went to the pot over there on the side, and we got a scoop of boiled peanuts, and that's what we do. And that's it. So when I heard boiled, it was nothing else that could come up. So no, I didn't hear.
No, there's something that could come up.
I didn't hear the man part. I didn't hear the man part at all.
Everybody Everybody in
No.
that chat
Tree,
was
please
going
remove,
crazy.
please remove that big ass phallus. Thank
October
you, Joe
2015.
Hamilton. Arlie, you heard it. Did you understand? I was saying the delicacy boiled peanuts.
Yeah, now
Mm,
he's
no. You have a T. When Joe said it just a minute ago, he added it. He was like peanuts, but yours clearly sound like a phallus.
Everyone heard it.
I heard that, but the first time, then when you came back, you like reiterate, like, no, here my T.
And Joe actually said it also before he added the T.
Yes.
Douglas,
Once
you're
again,
enunciating. I'm proud of you, but you said
Boiled
Arlie,
peanuts.
so let's make sure we understand this. Tree is from Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
Arlie's from where?
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
But I grew up in Atlanta.
We have a very, very distinct. They call it Geechee. We have a very distinct dialect where we're from.
That's right.
When I tell you boiled peanuts have been a delicacy that I've known since I was 5 or 6 years old, y'all never heard of boiled peanuts.
No, we have.
Oh,
We do.
okay.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Wherever you
Tree
travel, that's a
never
Southern
heard of
thing,
it. Tree
too.
never heard of boiled peanuts.
I'm from the South. Ain't much they ain't boiled and cooked in the South.
thank you, Rel. Thank you,
And
Rel.
not only boiled peanuts are delicious. You need to try it if you're watching and listening to the show and you've never had them. They actually sell them in a can. I can't remember what the brand name is. You can go to the grocery
They do.
store, and maybe in Detroit or one of the northern cities, they may not sell us in their grocery stores up there. But any grocery store in the South, you can go on whatever aisle that the canned goods are on, and you can find a can. The can is yellow and green. I want to say again, I don't know the brand, and it's boiled peanuts, and they're delicious.
We have a newbie. We have a new listener. She says she's from New Orleans, and I'm sorry, I don't know if she or a female or not. Whoever this person is, they're new, and they clearly also. But it's okay. It's okay. It was a class. We got a whole bunch
Sounds like, and what he's talking about is different. It's because of the Geechee and the Gullah accent.
I know.
That's it. I mean, I've been here so many times as far as what'd you say? What'd you say?
We said it together.
So, I mean, I got your back, Doug. I got you.
We do that.
Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Tree. Thank you. All right, so that's cool. Tree says she's got like 40 different clips from the Doug Stewart Show that we're going to sprinkle into the show at some point. So good stuff, Tree. You're doing great producery. Thank you. And so, Joe, man, Mendoza's.
Yes.
Okay. Alberto Mendoza, younger brother of Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza, transferred to Georgia Tech shortly after Indiana's college playoff national championship win. He got into the portal today, and the next day he announced that he is going to sign and transfer to Georgia Tech. I'm sure you're still very aligned with the program. What's your thoughts about this young man? Like, what have you heard about him? They say that he's basically just like his brother, but younger and faster. What's your thoughts about the Mendoza kid coming to Tech?
Well, Doug, he does not move the needle, or this decision does not move the needle for me or with me. What I'm going to have to do is trust my friend, head coach Brent Key, and George Godsey, the OC that was also my backup when I was there at Georgia Tech. But if what you say is true, that he's just like his brother, Doug, and the same mannerism, why did Cignetti let him walk out the door? So that's why it doesn't move the needle to me. So Cignetti being a evaluator of talent, and he knows how to get things done. And remember now, Alberto Mendoza, he was on the roster before his brother. So you recruited Fernando Mendoza over Alberto Mendoza because you didn't feel that he could play. Now, he was younger. He was a true freshman last year when his brother first came on the scene, and now he's a redshirt freshman. So what are you telling me as a Yellow Jacket? What are you telling me that, we're going to take a flyer on this guy? But they say that he is more of a runner, more of a dual threat. I think he had 102 snaps and some blowout mop-up duty last year, and he did pretty good. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, and I like that. But it just is a little iffy to me,
You
Doug.
need to wait. You need to wait and see.
I definitely have to wait because I don't have enough on his resume or enough film to watch. But why do you go and get Josh Hoover? If you don't know who Josh Hoover is projected to be the next quarterback for Indiana. He's a transfer from TCU.
Okay.
So why go out and get Josh Hoover if you got a quarterback in the waiting that's the same pedigree, same background, same bloodline as Fernando Mendoza? That's why I'm a little bit in a wait and see mode right there. Now, I'm not saying he can't pan out, but he's going to have to come on the flats at Georgia Tech and compete. I don't think anything is going to be handed to him because he hadn't earned anything yet.
So two things. Haynes King, Haynes King kind of was on national stage this year for Georgia Tech.
Oh, absolutely.
Played very good for the last couple of years for the Yellow Jackets. But the Mendoza kid that's coming over, 6'2", 75% passing of his passes completed for 286 yards, 5 TDs and 1 interceptions, adding 190 yards and a TD on the ground in 9 appearances for Indiana. So he's got a little bit of, experience under his belt. But you're right. We just got to wait and see. We don't know. And you're right. It's kind of fishy that we didn't get into a bidding war per se with Indiana wanting to keep him. And so we'll say, and I say we because Georgia Tech is in Atlanta. If you're new to the show, we're based here in Atlanta. So there's 2 other kids already on the roster that they were looking to see what they were going to do in the next coming years. Graham Knowles and Grady Adamson. Do you know anything about these 2 guys as backups right now for Tech?
They don't play much at all because you remember the backup quarterback transferred to Florida, Aaron Philo. So Aaron Philo is gone. When Haynes King was a little beat up, it was Aaron Philo that came in as a backup quarterback. So Graham Knowles or Grady Adamson haven't played yet. We don't have film on those guys. And they got a highly touted freshman coming in named Cole Bergeron. So it's going to be an all-out battle, and you're going to have to trust the process. It's just the fact that I'm not going to fall all the way to this is the brother of Fernando Mendoza, so he should be all world. Now, I would say this to you real quickly, Doug. Maybe he wanted to get from under the shadow of his brother. Maybe he didn't want to go and stay at Indiana and say every time he misses a pass, every time he throws an interception or lose a game, what would Fernando have done or those type of things. So I can see that, why he's leaving, and Cignetti probably wanted him to stay, but it's just a wait and see mode, and I wish him the best. Go Tech. Go Jackets.
Yeah. What do you think Haynes King, or maybe you've already looked at it, how's Haynes King's draft stock looking? Like, is he a first rounder, second, third? What are they saying about Haynes King, former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket quarterback who was phenomenal the last 2 years at Georgia Tech on the flats?
You're going to have to do a deep dive on Haynes King. If I'm his agent, if I'm his quarterback coach, I don't have him running at all. We know about that. I'm having him sitting in the pocket and making sure you clean up that footwork, being here, but they hit the outside, the numbers throw deep, and those type things. But it's all projection, Doug, and I'll take him over Carson Beck. You know what I mean? So right. when you look at the prototypical quarterback, what's that these days? I don't know. All I know is I want somebody that can move the chains and get the job done, and he's a leader of men in that huddle. And I think Haynes King checks all those boxes, but I don't think he's a starter in the NFL because of his, I just don't. He's going to have to go to a system that is going to utilize his skill set, running it, power football. Because remember, King is not elusive.
Is he right? I was going to say, is he kind of like a poor man's Josh Allen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Excellent comparison. Yeah, a very poor man, Josh Allen, because Josh Allen's the MVP, so I don't want to get carried away with that.
Right.
I don't think he has the arm strength. But again, Josh Allen is different from Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen is different from Michael Vick, and those are running quarterbacks or dual threat, but Josh Allen is not elusive. Haynes King is not elusive, so he's running quarterback power, and he's getting hit by linebackers and safeties up the middle. It's not something that's stretching the field horizontally. So that's my problem with Haynes
Joe,
King.
I think maybe we've had this conversation, and you're watching the 2 Live Stews experience. That's how I explained it. When I started talking, I had a real long conversation about dual threat quarterbacks, okay? And how I feel like Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick are true to definition dual threat quarterbacks. But there's a couple other quarterbacks, the colonizer quarterbacks. I wouldn't turn them as dual threat quarterbacks because they can run, but are they elusive? That word you used just now, it kind of separates them in two different categories. Haynes King, because he can run, I don't really necessarily look at him as the dual threat in the same conversation with Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson or even Cam Newton. Cam Newton could put some moves on you and he had some wiggle, you know what I'm saying? So it's a slight difference, but you're right. I'm wishing Haynes King success, but I just don't see where he's going to be a game changer. I don't see where he's going to come in and change a program's, fortunes.
I'll help you out here, Doug, a little bit. And you and I have had this conversation, and I totally agree with everything you've ever said about it. But the real dual threat you're talking about, can you or will offensive coordinators call a design run with you? That's when you're talking about dual threat. Will you run that quarterback draw time and time again? Are you running 18 and 19 sweeps to where you get the ball in their hands and it's automatic? Not the pocket breaks down and you have to be elusive to get out of the pocket and throw the ball on the run or, sprint right option and those things. When can you run that guy and that's all you're going to do, saying I'm going to run him? That's the definition you're talking about.
Right. We're joined by the should have been Heisman Trophy winner Joe Hamilton, Georgia Tech's finest. Speaking of which, back to the story. We got a little time here. Back to the story you were telling when we first started the show. You took visits to Clemson, Penn State, where else? Nebraska,
Georgia Tech, and South Carolina.
I had no idea. And this was when Nebraska was Nebraska. We're talking 95?
If I had gone to Nebraska, they were coming off of a national championship. You remember they went back to back. I would have been a national championship winner because Tommy Frazier would have one more year left. And my thought process was to play 1 year behind him, under him, and the next year when he leaves, then I would take over. Yes.
So is it kind of like a domino effect? Georgia Tech, who was the first Power 5 school that found you and reached out to you? Was it Tech?
No, it was Penn State because of Clifton Dingle.
Because of Cliff Dingle. Okay.
Yes.
So how did Nebraska this is fascinating to me.
Right.
How did Nebraska, and I could see you playing for Nebraska behind Tommy Frazier, the way you played the game. How did Nebraska find out or hear about you?
Because at Penn State, I went to camps. I started camping at that point. I went to Penn State camp 3 straight years, and then all of a sudden the word started spreading.
Oh, Joe, that's what it is. Wait a minute, you got to lead with that. You got to lead with that. I didn't know you went to camp for 3 years at Penn State.
Philip Morgan, and you know about Philip Morgan, came from St. John. Coach Philip Morgan drove us up there for 3 straight years, going into my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, going into my junior year. We flew up there. We drove up there every single time. So I got on the map that way. But Clifton Dingle was already there when we did that.
Okay, but we've been preaching for years. It's more so about these camps than actually a lot of times what you do on the field and in your conference. You're right. It's more about the kid. There it is. That's the answer to the damn question. You should have led with that, man. Hey, listen, when we get back from the break, that's out to WTPR 107.5. When we get back from the break, man, last 48, the biggest memes in the 2 Lives 2 Facebook chat group. Don't go away. Don't go away. Yeah, stay right there. Man, that's what it is. I knew it. I knew they ain't on your hand.
Please. I retired from those when I hung up my cleats. Why get poked when you can snack your way slim? Brain IQ chews are all natural, taste great, and keep you in the game. Shots hurt, chews work. BrainIQ.com/REF/OneLiveStew. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/OneLiveStew. Brain IQ chews. Smarter than shots, stronger than excuses.
Welcome back to the show. So we kind of featuring Soul to Soul today. That was the epic, classic opening scene from Belly, as most of you will remember. Tree, did you cut that down a little bit? Oh, shit. I should have told you not to do that. It's my fault. It's my fault. Yeah, you gotta let the beat drop on that. You gotta let the beat drop on that, right, Joe?
Ooh, classic, brother. I mean, yeah.
You gotta let the beat drop on that. I should have mentioned. I meant to mention let that whole thing just roll, but it's all good. Welcome back to the show. Two Live Stews Experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Joe Hamilton once again. And Joe, once again, I've been asking you the same question for years. You never told me that you went to camp at Penn State for 3 years. That's how all programs found you. There's no way that they heard about you, Joe, in Alvin, South Carolina. No disrespect to Alvin, South Carolina.
I got you.
Alvin doesn't even have a traffic light.
Well, you have to understand. You're right about that, but you have to understand. Your brother already was down there. Wouldn't you consider Moco Low Country?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There you go. So the brother Stu was already at Georgia Tech. So all that stuff kind of trickled down to where
it's like you make inroads. So there's a forest, and then you make these inroads into the forest. Yes. Once the inroads were made for Ryan or Mike Bingo, who was older than Ryan that I played with, the inroads were open. Recruiters heard about these great athletes in this little small area, so they kept their ears open. Going forward. Is that how it works?
Absolutely. You remember now I was making noise on the basketball court as well. And I was doing that since a freshman. So I started basketball and football as a freshman starting. Right. And in basketball, I was the sixth guy at the 8th grade level. So my name has been coming up through there for a long time. But
Joe, you played varsity basketball 5 years?
I did.
Yeah, I saw you and Harvey play. Harvey Middleton, wide receiver for Georgia Tech. Harvey, I saw you and Harvey play in like a Christmas tournament or something where you guys played St. Stephen or you guys played Berkeley. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, y'all had that, which was very unique at the time and probably still unique. Your high school played on a carpet.
Boy,
y'all had carpet on y'all floor in the gym. Now it was like artificial turf type.
No, it was carpet. It was carpet. It was carpet. It was no doubt carpet.
So explain that to people that have never seen a basketball game played on carpet. And whose idea was that to lace the floor with carpet?
It was us, and it was Kane Hoy. You remember Kane Hoy had carpet as well. And I don't know whose idea it was. It had you a little bit hesitant to dive on the floor. It has you a little bit hesitant to go after a loose ball because you would have that cherry on your knee. You would have that cherry on your elbow. It's just like the type of carpet with, a hardwood floor at the bottom that you have in your hallway growing up in your parents' house. The same thing. And we were getting booed off the stage for it. But when you came there, that's one of the reasons why.
That was one of y'all advantages.
Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't lose at home. We didn't lose when the Foxes did.
The Foxes did? Macedonia Red Foxes.
There it is. There it is, man. Great times, Doug.
Great stuff, man. Hey, Joe, that's phenomenal. See, after all these years, I've known you since you came to Tech, which was 95. And it took 30 years for you to tell me the real truth on how they found your ass in Alvin, South Carolina. That's crazy. All right, so last 48, the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. Tree, let's roll into them. Let's roll into them, please, ma'am. Let's roll into them, please, ma'am. All right, so this leads us into our last national championship talk, I think. Kirk Cignetti went undefeated with 0 5-star players. We talked about this earlier. From Zachary, we like Nick Saban, but him and coaches like him found their glory at programs with extreme advantages. They call them the blue bloods, right? Yeah. Nobody ever, not one time in the modern era, had done this. Put him on the GOAT list. You kind of mentioned this earlier. The job Cignetti has done in 2 years at Indiana. Like, where did we put him on the pecking order of all-time great college coaches? And there's so many that we could go through. Where do you put the job that he's done in 2 years on the all-time GOAT list as far as coaches?
I put him ahead of Ryan Day, who's got a championship, because we're only talking about guys that's won national championships or a national championship. So I'm reluctant, Doug, and that's why I asked you that question, because I don't want to go overboard here. How does he match up? How does he go along Dabo Swinney? Right now, with the involvement that he has in his team and what I saw on the sideline, his evaluation of talent, I'm going to put him ahead of Dabo Swinney. Because I see Dabo Swinney as being a CEO, and that's fine, but I don't see him actually coaching on that sideline.
Right.
I'm not going to put him ahead of Coach Kirby Smart, because for the simple fact that I think Coach Kirby Smart is actually coaching on that sideline, and if he has to take that headset from somebody the way he doesn't like the defense, he's taking it and he's helping perform. So, and I know that's going overboard for one season, but it's not one season. It's 2 seasons. And you talked about it earlier, Doug. This is talking about the all-time losingest program in football history that he's turned around.
Right.
So something has to be said about that. So it's a touchy question, but I'm putting them up there, not with the Osbornes and the Paternals quite yet, and the Bobby Bowdens, but this era, this generation, I have to put him up there, my brother.
Right. You can't put him in that conversation with Bobby Bowden or Joe Paterno. You mentioned Tom Osborne in Nebraska, because those guys got multiple championships. They were there for, I don't know, some of them 20, 30 years at their programs for 20 plus years. So you can't put them ahead of those guys because they have a longer resume, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Or Nick Saban. I can't put them ahead of
But
Saban
if you talk about 1-year coaching jobs, it's hard not to put this guy in that conversation, man. Cignetti. It's hard not to put him in that conversation. Seriously.
Because he's doing it. How is he doing it? Because what we're talking about is coaching, right, Doug?
Right.
So I'm talking about coaching and who he is coaching, and he's doing it. He did it in the Big Ten. Now, I would remind you, the Big Ten has the last 3 national champions.
Right.
So in Michigan and Ohio State and then Indiana. So he's not doing it in a subpar conference. He didn't luck up on this. He coached his way to this.
You know what the thing I think we could put him at the top with, and you're watching 2 Live Students Experience, Doug Stewart, Joe Hamilton today. I think we can put him in the conversation as one of the greatest coaches, maybe the greatest coach to coach players up.
Now you limited. You don't want to limit him now, okay? I understand where you're coming from. What do you mean to coach players up?
Well, clearly he probably had lesser talent.
Oh yeah,
in relative terms to other programs at their height when they won their national championships.
Yes.
I mean, clearly Florida State got the best players from the state of Florida. You know, Nebraska, they recruited nationally. Penn State always recruited nationally. Penn State got Cliff Dingle. You remember Wally Richardson that came out of the high school in Columbia? They always get these guys from South Carolina. I'm like, how's Penn State getting these? Because Penn State recruited nationally, okay? There was a guy that played linebacker that came out the same year that I did from Johns Island, and I'm going to come up with his name. But he played at Penn State. So to do, I mean, we've been talking about
Bobby Ingram.
Yeah, Bobby Ingram left from the state of South Carolina to go play with Penn State. Played in the NFL for over a decade for the Seattle Seahawks and a couple other teams. But this guy was very limited in the talent and relative terms to the conversation these other coaches and the blue chip talent they brought in every year just because of their name. You see what I'm saying?
And that's my point, because it's crazy, Doug, because 2 beats 1, right?
Right.
2 championships beat 1. And that's why I brought up Dabo Swinney, and it's so tough with the Dabo Swinney conversation because Dabo had a dynasty for a second, didn't he?
Right. Absolutely.
But what I watched, I can't just overlook what I just watched.
Right.
And this is 2 years running. Now he didn't win it last year, but he was in the playoffs hunt, turning a team that went 3-9 before he got there to making the college football playoffs, to winning it. Now next year we would see, but I don't anticipate a drop off. Do you?
No, I don't see how there could be a drop off.
That's what I'm talking about.
But because of the way college football is now, there's no way that I see, because he's probably going to get even better players than he got this to put together this squad that he's had over the last couple of years. You're right. And he's going to coach them up.
And he's going to coach him up. So I don't think we are being loose. Are we being too loose with calling him great so early?
No, I don't think we are.
I don't think I am.
We're putting it in perspective.
That's right.
We're putting it in perspective based on how long he's been there and what he had to work with. No, I don't think it's too much to say that this guy is a great and going to go down as an all-time great coach when we look back. All right, meme number 2, Tree, and you're watching 2 Live Students Experience. Ooh, I thought this was interesting as hell. So, do you consider the 2025 Indiana Hoosiers among the greatest college football teams of all time? Tree, give us an isolation on this. Take me and Joe away so I can read it. I'm sorry, my eyes are. I should have had my damn glasses right here. So, greatest college football team of all time. You got the 2019 LSU team that had Joe Burrow, had all worldwide receivers in Chase and Justin Jefferson. Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette wasn't on that team. I think this is wrong. I don't think Leonard Fournette
he wasn't on that team. That was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. No, Leonard Fournette wasn't on that team.
Yeah.
That was a great team, though.
Okay, I know I'm not crazy. We forget about Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette was an absolute beast. At LSU. And then you got the 2001 Miami Hurricanes, Ed Reed, Andre Johnson, Frank Gore, Sean Taylor, and Vince Wilfork. I think this guy is mixing up all of these different teams. Then you've got the 95 Nebraska. You got Ahman Green, Lawrence Phillips, Tommy Frazier, who we've talked about a lot today. And then you've got the Clemson Tigers with Trevor Lawrence, T. Higgins, Travis Etienne, Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle, and the Lawrence kid.
No, he's not mixing them up, Doug. The only one he's got wrong is that Leonard Fournette was not on that LSU team of 2019. But that 2001 Miami team, that's quite right, because I remember in the 2000 Gator Bowl, that team, Ed Reed and those boys, Nate Webster and Dan Morgan and Rump and Buchanan, they ran through our drill like there was nobody's problem. They ran through our drill like the coaches say to you, don't run through guys' drills, stay away from the drill, go on the outside of the drills. They ran through our offensive lineman drills, Doug, and then looked back. They ran
like, I dare you to say something.
I said, oh my God, what am I in store for today? Right. So yeah, I think it's close. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that say it's not even close. But I am going to go with that 2001 Miami team. And here's the reason why.
Hey, Joe, I'll be one of those guys. It's not even close. The 2001 Miami team, counting starters and guys on the bench, I think they said they had over 30 guys on that team playing the NFL.
Yes.
That's unheard of.
Absolutely. And the reason why I have them over the LSU team is because you don't see any defensive players pictured on the LSU team.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, that defense wasn't bad. They weren't bad, but they weren't elite. They weren't great. That 2001 Miami team had no flaws. They had All-Americans all across the board, offensively, defensively, and they don't even have Willis McGahee on there. And he was the starting running back, not Frank Gore.
Right. And I think Clinton Portis was on that team too.
I'm telling you, man, stacked. Yes, stacked.
Yeah, stacked, real stacked. All right, next one, Tree, and you're watching the 2 Live Students Experience. Thank you for joining your boys. Shouts out to WGPR 107.5 in the D. Shouts out to everybody listening to us whenever and wherever you are. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the show, and share the show. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. From Trenton R. Thompson, Falcons fans calling the Browns dysfunctional while defending Kevin Stefanski as comedy. Atlanta has been just as mediocre for years. The only thing separating them is a Super Bowl appearance that ended in the greatest collapse in NFL history. Stefanski didn't get held back in Cleveland. He got exposed. The Browns won't fall off without Stefanski. They'll finally take off. So let's put a bow on this Kevin Stefanski thing. I think that people in this town are inherently against the hiring of Kevin Stefanski because, and this is the way I explained it on Monday, man. Shedeur to us, to our community, Shedeur is kind of like a nephew, okay? His daddy is kind of like our uncle, one of the greatest players in Falcons history. Like, we don't understand why you would bring this guy into the program to coach this team with a fan base that holds Shedeur, his daddy, his brothers, his uncles in such high regard, man. And the point is the last 2 years, Raheem Morris had a better coaching record than Stefanski. The whole coach of the year thing is long gone. That's a long time ago in relative terms, man. What's your thoughts about this whole Stefanski thing? How do you think it's going to work out? It may turn out to be a great thing. It may turn out to be a great hire. We just don't know yet.
It's not heading that way, Doug. I mean, so we have to see that as it is. So we can't,
Tree. Thank you, Tree.
We can't go and say, hey, he's going to be great, and we haven't seen him be great yet. And this is the deal. He's an offensive guy, Mr. Stewart. He's an offensive guy. And I would say this. He botched the quarterback room.
Right.
He botched it. I mean, starting with Flacco, going to Kenny Pickett, not giving Dylan Gabriel the reps that he deserved to try to be prepared, and not even thinking about Shedeur, because there is no way you're going to tell me that Dylan Gabriel is a better pro prospect than Shedeur Sanders. Miss me with that. There's no explanation. Now, right. I do know that third string draft picks get more reps genuinely. I know how that works. But no, you saw it. You saw the ball come with those guys' hands every day in practice. So he botched that. Your offense was the weakness of a team that the strength should have been you offensively.
Right.
So I don't get the high that he's got Bijan Robinson, that he's got Drake May. If they're going to keep Kyle Pitts, that he has Chris Lindstrom on the offensive line, that he's stacked offensively. He's never done anything with a stacked offense.
Right.
So that's why I'm a little confused about the high all the way around, Doug. All the way around.
And here's the thing you got to remember about Shedeur, and you're watching the Two Live Stews experience, and we're because Stefanski is here, we're probably going to talk a lot more about Shedeur over the next year and years. Whenever the detractive Shedeur and Dion, for the most likely, whenever they talk about him, they talk about him in terms of being a fifth-round draft pick. Why is he supposed to play a fifth-round draft pick? Why are y'all mad that a fifth-round draft pick getting put on the field?
That's good, Doug.
Because we use our eyes. Yeah. He shouldn't have been a fifth-round draft pick. We're not stupid. Y'all are putting in consideration that he's really a fifth-round draft pick. He's not a fifth-round draft pick. So there's a false narrative whenever you start talking about Shedeur from the very rip, and you're one of those people saying, oh, he's just a fifth-round draft pick. You know good well that man ain't no fifth-round draft pick. You know good well. Stop this shit now. You know good well this man ain't no fifth-round draft pick. Stop it. That's the problem.
Right. Well said. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah. And you know what, Doug? It's such a huge problem because
What up, though? Shouts out to Soul to Soul. You talk about 1989 that was hitting. What was hitting in 1989? Soul to Soul was absolutely hitting in 89. How old were you, Joe? What grade were you in? You were 12 years old. You may not remember it like I do, but that was classic. Soul to Soul. Shouts out to them. Hey, Tree, can we jump to number 4? Trending story number 4? Because we kind of hit the coaching stuff a little bit earlier with Reggie Carson. Florida recently experienced another rare snowfall event in the Panhandle on January 18, 2026, marking the second consecutive year with snow.
Ooh. They weren't prepared.
They had in 2025, they had a snowstorm that brought heavier snow and record cold to the region. It fell in western Florida, which is the Panhandle. I used to live in Pensacola. So you're talking Fort Walton Beach, Mariana, and once again, Pensacola on January 18th. So last week this happened. They had snow in Florida. What's your thoughts about that? Every time I hear something like this, all I think is you better get right with God.
With God?
You better get right with God.
No, okay, I see that. When I see those type of things, I think about stacking your food. I think about, raising the prices on eggs, raising the prices on everything in the grocery store. Because if it's known 2 days in ahead, especially somewhere like Florida, especially somewhere like Florida when you get a term that they don't have it. Think about clearing the roads. Schools are going to, be canceled.
Right.
And are you prepared? Lights and everything is going to be off. Do you have a generator? All those little things I start thinking about because ain't no way Florida's prepared for snow.
And you're watching the Two Lives Tuesday experience. Tree and Arlie join us right now. Tree and Arlie join us. How incredible is it to have snow in Florida? And what are your thoughts about global warming in general?
Doug.
Global warming in general. Go ahead.
Douglas, you do know that there's an ice storm allegedly on the way here, right?
On the way where?
To Atlanta.
I told y'all. I told the chat. I was like, this bitch is talking about Florida.
You're right with God. Yeah, in Georgia.
Wait a minute. We had the big ass snowstorm last winter.
Yep.
When we had like a foot of snow. It was crazy.
That's hard.
I haven't. So listen, I don't really watch local news like that, to be honest with you. I only watch like CNN and ESPN all day long. So locally, I don't know the weather. Maybe I should.
CNN.
Wow. For the
We're
last
in big trouble, Doug. We're in big trouble this
3
weekend.
days.
If everything comes true this weekend, we might be out of power. They say for maybe a week.
Doug, it's catastrophic. Like it is.
Yes.
It's coming through Texas.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to manifest better words. We don't use words like catastrophic
now,
around.
now he want to manifest, Arlie. Now he want to talk positive.
Yeah.
What? When is this supposed to hit?
We have
tomorrow it starts with the rain.
The rain. It's raining actually outside now.
Ooh,
okay, I heard the rain this morning when I woke up. Wow.
The show is over right now. So
go to the store.
Everybody.
Everybody. Right. Black Diamond said, Doug, hurry up and get to the store. People talking about making their chili and making things they can kind of, eat. I need to go. I'm about to go.
I need to stock up. I need to stock
up.
Absolutely.
No, because in my mind, I said, why are we talking about Florida?
Right. I didn't think anything of it until you just reminded him that we're supposed to be having such a bad storm. People are canceling their plans to come. Like I have a friend that was coming in town and she's like, I might get stuck because we're supposed to get such bad weather and it's coming the whole route.
So here's the thing. Here's the reason I wanted to include y'all in the conversation. We've talked about it on both sides. We've had warmer than traditional winters, and then we've had cooler than traditional summers a lot of times, but more so with this whole winter thing. Like the winters haven't been that cold. That they haven't been as cold as I remember back when I was growing up.
We seem to get like a spurt of a wind. Like it's gonna be this week, y'all gonna be as cold as you could be possibly in the state of Georgia, and then it just comes back and we're warm. We've been going up and down, so that's why I know global warming is a real thing.
It's absolutely a real thing. What say you, Tree?
Just back to they're gonna take your badge away from you when they see this video. That's number one.
What badge? What do you refer to?
Your police badge.
Your police badge, because you're supposed to know all these things, but
you're not ready to tell on people that's gonna be sliding on all this ice. You're gonna be the slider. It's gonna be you.
I mean, I think that I grew up in Michigan though. I did move down here thinking that it would be I did move down here thinking that it would be hot during these months, and that's never happened.
Right.
So I have a lot of Detroit gear ready to go at any time.
You know what's coming back? And me and Ryan talked about it one Christmas, man. We both got sheepskin coats. Now it was South Carolina, and it wasn't cold as New York City, but it was very cold. It was colder back when we were younger than it is now, once again, to repeat. But they're coming back. I've seen a couple. I saw a video of Mary J. Blige, and she's trying on like a full-length sheepskin coat, and she's talking about how this was the style back in the day, but the sheepskin is coming back. Long story short.
Douglas, do you own a generator? Are you Armageddon ready?
No. I got to go to the grocery store as soon as we're done.
He's not gonna be able to sit still.
It's like that.
Yes, like that, brother. No time about
it.
I'm probably going to my parents' house.
Ass out. I would have been in here up, trying to warm stuff I got in the freezer, which I don't have a lot of stuff in the freezer in the first place. Wow, it's supposed to start.
Be everybody else's business, but the business that's going to keep you safe. Are you going to finish the last 48?
Yes, we're gonna do that right now.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Last 48, last two memes in the last 48. Two Live Shoes experience. And then we're gonna get into these chat messages. Caleb Williams is the most exciting player in football. I know there are Caleb Williams haters on this app. I've seen it over the last 2 years. I don't know how you don't become a fan of this guy after everything he's been doing. He's so damn fun. Now, I agree. He's very fun.
Very fun.
He's very exciting. But to say
Very
Caleb
exciting.
Williams is the most, what this guy say? Caleb Williams is the most. To say that Caleb Williams is the most exciting player in football is maybe the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Because there's a guy in Baltimore named Lamar Jackson, where Caleb Williams doesn't come close to Lamar Jackson, Joe.
My goodness, man. There's a guy in Atlanta named Bijan Robinson. There's a guy in Detroit named Jahmyr Gibbs. Come on, man. I mean, he's an up-and-coming player, and he gets the ball, or he has the ball in his hands every single down, and he's electrifying. But let the guy do a little bit more. And I'm telling you now, he's making some wild throws that is amazing.
Right.
Amazing. So shout out to Caleb Williams. He's making up. And it makes me remind myself that let's not give up on these guys so quickly. If a first-round draft pick,
right,
or the number 1 overall pick doesn't, succeed in their first year.
Early, right?
You have to let these guys develop, because when they do succeed in their first year, what happens? Because C.J. Stroud is almost an afterthought after winning Rookie of the Year. We thought this guy was going to be top 5, top 10 quarterback going forward, and he's regressed a little bit. I'm not saying he can't get back to being a top 5, top 10 quarterback, but he's regressed.
Yeah, he's definitely regressed. The linebacker I was talking about at Penn State was Ivory Gathers. I don't know if you remember the name.
Ivory Gathers, absolutely.
Played at St. John's in Charleston. So, Penn State has always come to the state of South Carolina. And Wally Richardson, we mentioned him earlier. Who did Wally play for in high school? I can't remember, but he played quarterback for Penn State, black quarterback. Played for Penn State. Maybe Sumter. I think it was. I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. I think
Richardson was my host.
Oh, Wally Richardson was your host at Penn State.
Yes,
wow. Look at God. Look how things just, full circle.
Yes,
dope,
sir.
Real dope. All right, last one. I think we got one more, or maybe even two. This is the last one. Ooh, Lord have mercy. It's a good one right here. Best rapper turned actor. All right. If you're just listening to the show on like WGPR in Detroit, go back and watch. First of all, go back and watch all of the episodes. But if you're just listening, best rapper turned actor: Tupac, Will Smith, 50 Cent, Queen Latifah, LL, Ice Cube, Ice-T, or DMX. What's your thoughts, Joe? Which one is the best rapper turned actor?
Well, this is not even close. It's Will Smith. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? This guy is,
Joe, have you seen Pursuit of Happiness, man?
I have.
Joe, if I was the type ninja that would cry,
you can't even.
I would have cried at the end of that goddamn movie. Will Smith can act. Will Smith acted his ass off in that movie, Pursuit of Happiness. And you're right. It's not even close. These other, I guess Tupac is second. What's your thoughts? Who's second? Because clearly Will Smith is first.
DMX.
You like DMX over Tupac?
DMX had some really, really good roles outside of Belly. All you're thinking about Tupac, and all I can remember is Juice. Can you remember anything outside of Juice?
Juice, he scared me. I was
he was in those top movies. Sorry, Arlie.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Tupac had a lot of. He was in a bunch of. He was in more movies than you probably remember, and I just think he was good. Like all of the roles I remember Tupac playing, he was very good at them.
He was really good. LL Cool J is also, I see him over there in the corner. LL has done some really great, like moving into SWAT when he plays in those TV shows. He doesn't do movie stuff, but I think he, and Ice Cube. I mean, that's a hard one. Ice-T really been making his money on SVU. Lord have mercy.
Douglas, Poetic Justice.
Right. Go ahead.
Above the Rim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was a good actor. Like,
let me have a do-over, man. Can I have a do-over? I forgot about those.
I think if I were to go top 3, I think I would go Will Smith number 1. Clearly, I think I would go Pac second, and then I think I would go. I think DMX probably third. I think I would.
What's the movie where the Hoodlum Brothers, where Tupac, like, what, the guy from Belly was in the movie with Jada, Tupac. That was so good. Oh my goodness, and I can't think of it.
Let me say Jada and Tupac in the movie.
The guy who was in Belly was in it with Tupac.
Nas?
No, the other one. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. They're gonna say it. It's
All Eyes on Me. No.
Oh my God. I can't even
Society.
Yes. That's it.
Well, Tupac wasn't in Menace to Society. Tupac wasn't in Menace to Society.
Jada and Tupac, when they both starred in an iconic Menace to Society, where Tupac encouraged her to take her role despite his own he left the project.
No, Tupac
was not in Menace to Society. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
The movie?
I don't know.
Somebody please help us.
Because I'm
he beat up the brothers, the Hoodlum brothers. Remember the Hoodlum? No, Trey Lorenz was in that. That was huh?
I know what you're talking about, Tree.
And now I can't think of that movie, but I think Tupac wanted that role.
That's what it is. So Maud Diddy said Tupac was supposed to play. I think he was supposed to play Kane in Menace to Society, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
He told, yeah.
I think Sid shouldn't be on here.
No, he shouldn't, because he's horrible.
50 Cent.
Nor Ice-T.
Nah, I don't.
Ice-T does all his SVU.
Oh, there goes Tree. Jason's Lyrics, what you were talking about.
He was in that.
No, he wasn't, but you were talking about with Jada Pinkett. That was Jason's Lyrics. Yeah,
this is a good one right here. But we clearly, Arlie Tree, y'all clearly agree Will Smith is a phenomenal actor, right?
He is.
Yeah. Did y'all see Pursuit of Happiness? Have y'all seen Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes,
I haven't.
It was very good.
Tree, you need to watch that today. When we log off today, I need you to go watch Pursuit of Happiness. And if you're the kind of emotional type, you're probably I'm putting my money on you're probably gonna cry at the end. He
did, and that was Jaden's first experience in movies. He and his son did that movie together.
Phenomenal movie.
It was good. I think that was what he did before with college.
All right, Arlie.
And a true story.
It was. I didn't see it though. I don't want to be sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it gonna make me sad? I think that's why I haven't watched.
It's a happy sad. It's a happy sad.
Okay.
It's such a happy sad that you're probably gonna cry. Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Okay.
And once again, if I was the type of dude to cry, I probably would have cried, but I'm not that type of dude to cry over the damn movie. Shut up, studio audience.
Douglas, there's a lot of new people today. I made sure that I starred some of their chat although they didn't, and thank you for all the donations. Whoever donates, we appreciate it. But I do want to shout out, I don't know who these people are, but welcome.
Welcome. Ryan is not here today. If you tuned in for the first time today, the other half, Ryan Stewart, is not here. He's doing something probably for us. But I don't even know the reason why he's not here. And he had my mother come down and babysit his churn for a couple of days. But he's doing something.
Why we're out. We don't have to say when we take off. We don't have to say why we're out.
I think he may have said it, but I just didn't pay attention. I do that a lot with him.
Sean Mims, good morning. Thank you for your donation. When the heat comes on Deion, he stays in the portal. Vanderbilt had a better season last year.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people are saying. Everything that we thought Deion was going to do through the portal, Cignetti did at Indiana. And that's true. Cut to
the chase, man. Cignetti's a better coach.
Yeah, absolutely. As it stands right now, absolutely.
Right.
Good morning, Osiris. Thank you for your donation. Coaching matters, but money still drives championships. Major boosters make a difference. Look at Indiana. Mark Cuban is a huge alum and donor. Resources help attract top talent. You can't leave that part out.
Yeah, I wonder if there's got to be somewhere we can list or we can see a list of NIL dollars, like which programs got this amount of money, which program got that amount of money. There's got to be somewhere we can find that. And you're right, Mark Cuban, he was at the game. I think they even interviewed him before the game, pregame show. And you can imagine the amount of coin that he put into the Indiana program this past year in the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Cornell fails 6145. Thank you. I'm not familiar with that name, but thank you so much. So no more excuses for DEI Coach Prime. Oh, D Coach Prime.
No, he means DEI. He means DEI.
Is this a Nordic tracker?
Probably, and he may not be. He may not be. He might just be one of the people that just don't like prime time, getting a lot of exposure and always there's a microphone in his face. A lot of people just don't like him because he's seemingly always
confident.
Winning. Yeah,
a confident black man. I love them.
Thank you.
But thank you. I need to see them. Loose Neck, what up, Detroit? Loose Neck and Rel, thank you so much for trying your level best to help us stay on that clock. Now we went 3 minutes over several times, but thank you. It's fine. Loose Neck gave us a donation. What up, Detroit? WGPR Hot 107.5 in the D.
What up,
where I like to
Loose Neck? Thank you, Loose Neck, for the donation.
All right. I'm trying to do a few things here. Are we ready? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Detroit,
it's the brother man, not the other man, the brother man. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother man. Keeping the lights on. Keeping the lights on, even though Doug didn't know the lights were going to be off this weekend. What up, though, Doug?
Thank you, brother man.
Harley and Tree. Hey, family. He's dropping off early. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, brother man, so much for the donation, man. Y'all really got me feeling like I need to cut the show and get the hell out of here and get to the grocery store.
Now, Douglas, when back in the day when this would happen, you didn't have equipment at home, right? To do the shows, to do the 2 Live Stews.
Well, no,
like what would happen? Right. But there were several storms while you worked there. What did they do? What was the contingency to get you into the studio safely?
We were on terrestrial radio for 12 years. And I don't think there was one time. I don't think there was one time where we couldn't make it to the station. Okay. Right.
Well, if I don't have any power, ladies and gentlemen, Doug got it. He gonna run this month. I don't have I have places I can go.
Well, I don't have a generator, and hopefully everything stays on. Y'all got me real worried. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Oh no, Doug, you should be worried, brother.
Oh no,
goddamn, Joe, way to really put a positive spin on shit.
I mean, hey, listen, the professionals.
I need to get the hell out of here, is what you're telling me, and go to the grocery store. Wow.
Glenn Burns is retired. You know who Glenn Burns is?
The weatherman.
WSB.
Yeah.
He's been brought out of retirement talking to us for the last 3 days.
Holy
I'm just
shit.
saying.
Okay. Let's hurry up and read through this chat message and get out of here.
Welcome at JB2WB6FS. Welcome to the 2 Live Stews experience. You've been contributing a lot. I do have some of your chat marked. Thank you for your donation. Loose Neck.
Wait a minute, go back to that guy. Can you go back to that guy, or is it too late?
I can go. I saved some of his other chat. Hold on, let me find it because I wanted to highlight anybody that I'd never seen here before.
That trending story number 4 was on time.
Here we go.
You see how God works?
That's who dropped that 99 cents.
WB.
Wow, you think you know them? They're from New Orleans.
Okay. Somebody picking up our show in New Orleans and didn't tell me? Okay. Maybe he's just someone that works at that station. He's a radio person, a podcast
You think that's
person.
a radio station call letters?
WB6FS? That looks like call letters to me.
Okay, well,
I don't know about the
person will answer us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll read their chat now since it's up here. Hoover is better. We had him in Rockwall, Texas. Went to Rockwall Heath High and out good numbers up at TCU. He put out good numbers at TCU.
Okay, he's talking about
Josh Hoover, the quarterback that just signed with Indiana out of TCU in the transfer portal.
Okay.
All
and
right,
I've seen a couple people say that Indiana's loaded at quarterback. That's why Mendoza, the young Mendoza kid, tried to find a new home. So it must be true.
Loose neck, thank you. He was there in real time, and he also heard
Is this
what
back
he
to the
heard.
Peanuts thing?
The people want you to bring the BPA back.
We
This
had
week
we
would've- this
the
week would have
whole
been perfect.
the
Kevin
whole
Stefanski or Matt Ryan would have got it.
the whole thing took a life of its own. The whole Boyle Peanuts thing took a life of its own. And we gave out a Boyle Peanuts award every Friday to the Busted. It was kind of like the Bust of the Week. And they called it the listeners called it the Boyle Peanuts
BPA.
Award, the BPA award.
Osiris, thank you. My conspiracy theory, Nikki attacking Don Lemon is a MAGA play for help versus Rock Nation, a pardon for her husband and clemency for her brother. But it backfired. Now they want to deport her since she's not a citizen.
Mm-hmm. Now that would be some funny shit if they deport Nicki Minaj. Seriously, if they find out that Nicki Minaj really is here illegally, from what I understand, she came here at the age of 5, but she never got her papers right. She's still, for lack of a better way to put it, she's still dirty.
But why would she be so loud then?
Right?
Like,
You would think you shut the F up if you still illegal yourself. People get carried away with themselves, man.
Osiris, thank you again. He says, look at the done deal photo. Ryan, Stefanski, Blanks, Beadle, Smith. It's 100% white leadership in Atlanta. They fired Fontenot and Morris for this. Who in that pic speaks for the culture? Yeah, there's
a photo going around after, I guess, Stefanski made it to Atlanta. It's a picture with him, once again, Arthur Blank, Smith, Arthur Smith, and just like a whole setup. Like the whole thing's been set up for a while. We just didn't know it. That's the way that picture looks.
And remember, they created a job for Matt Ryan.
They created a job.
Last year,
right. This is the thing me and Ryan argued about initially. Ryan thought Ryan was saying he was going to be, make all the decisions and he was going to have power. I was like, they came up with this title for him. He has no GM experience. They won't even call him a GM. They're saying that he has to hire GM. I don't even understand what's going on.
That's what I thought as well, Doug, until this hiring. I thought
until this hire, I didn't think he had power, but clearly after this hire and the way they push him out in front of cameras every day, he definitely has power.
Yep.
We talk about Matt Ryan. Go ahead, Tree. I'm sorry.
Carrie Portis says he's on his way back, or he's on his way to work. Great show. Doug, Joe, Tree, and Arlie. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you for your donation. From Loose Neck Side, shout out to the greatest producer on the planet, Tree Express, Chicken Express Sweet Tea on me. I'm coming soon.
Appreciate it, Loose Neck.
We gonna hang out.
Hey, Joe, who is your second choice? If you didn't go to Tech, where were you going to go?
Nebraska. I had committed to Nebraska. Mom
Wait a minute, you committed?
Yes, I went to the visit, came home because they were practicing for the Orange Bowl. They were practicing. I went there while they were practicing.
Joe, you could have been the next guy up after Tommy Frazier. That shit is incredible. That's a great story. So what changed your mind from Nebraska to Tech?
Mom, when I came home, I said, Mom.
She just wanted you to be closer to home.
She said I'm excited, and she loved it, and she was, but her face. She said, that's far, son.
And so you're not doing that to your son?
No.
His mom? What about his mom?
I'm going to prevent her from doing that because that's a bad feeling. That's a bad feeling. Now, I didn't regret going to Georgia Tech, but that option, Doug, I didn't throw the ball in high school. And that option was a fit for me, man.
Right. So a lot of the younger people watching right now, it's almost like people that are fans of the Dallas Cowboys. The younger generation looks at fans of the Dallas Cowboys, the crazy Dallas Cowboy fans say, why are y'all so hyped about this team that ain't done shit in 30 years? So younger people might say, Nebraska? What do you mean?
Oh, man.
Nebraska was a powerhouse.
Power. Hey, Doug, real quick, Doug and Tree, real quick. Doug, Tommy Osborne and Joe Paterno was in my living room.
Ah.
What?
Wow. I don't know. I only know one of those people.
What Joe Paterno was the head coach.
I know Joe
Penn State
Paterno.
forever before the scandal.
I know who that is.
And Osborne was the coach in Nebraska forever. They both coached those programs 25 years plus.
You're that good. No.
It is all because of them goddamn
you on the
camps.
side. You better toot your horn, Joseph.
It's all because of those camps, which are
man,
orca big.
Yeah.
There goes the can of boiled peanuts. That's it. That's it.
Alvin made Monk's Corner look like Metropolis.
Man, Loose Neck is so correct.
Absolutely.
So correct.
I mean, we probably have. Let me throw this in. We probably have 6 or 7 stoplights in Moco. The only time people in Alvin see a stoplight is when they come to Moco.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Well explained. Yes.
No offense to Alvin.
Nope.
You
don't end up in Alvin. You don't end up in Alvin. You have to go to Alvin. You don't end up lost in Alvin nowhere. No.
There's nobody moving to Alvin. Everybody in Alvin, safe to say, is 3rd, 4th, 5th generation Alvin. Like,
That's
people
nice.
don't move from Charleston to Alvin. People don't come from Charlotte and say, I'm moving to Alvin. which is remarkable to see the things and the players that have come out of there. The number 1 pick in the draft came out of your high school, Courtney Brown. If you're young, look him up. Courtney was the number 1 pick in the draft, and you and Cliff Dingle and all of the guys that we've named all throughout today's show going down memory lane. Great stuff. Shouts out to Alvin, though, doing big things, always done big things.
Huge.
Flex Image Training, thank you so much. Solid track record and solid track record, and particularly in the last 2 years with IU. Great season, historic 16-0, but still too early to put greatness in his name.
For 1 year, for 1 year, I'll put
Thank you.
Great 1 year, but yeah, we can't put him up against Paterno, Osborne.
We don't have to do that anymore, though, Doug. We don't have to. We can say NIL transfer portal era. Can't we say that?
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it's different.
Loose Neck said you got 1 can of soup, 3 hot dogs in your refrigerator waiting on the storm.
Hey, I am about to go get some goddamn Vienna sausage. Where we from? You know about that Vienna sausage, Joe?
Yeah. Just take
Vienna
it and get it out.
Do you eat hot dogs?
Absolutely.
I started back eating hot dogs recently. You know, I didn't eat beef for 4 years.
I love hot dogs. I love them on the grill, especially.
See, you from Detroit, home of the Coney Islands, the Coney dog. There's a Coney Island on every corner in Detroit.
Yes. Rel said he's headed out to the dentist. Thank you for your donation. Fellas, watch your health and keep your teeth clean. Women love a beautiful smile. I love a man who smiles. Black men don't be smiling. They be having resting bitch face all the time. Smile.
Happy to report my last 2 dentist visits or 2 annual dentist visits, no cavities.
Oh, that's huge.
That's huge. I was in a rut where every year when I had some goddamn cavities, I had to get root canals and all of this stuff. So I've been doing good lately.
I remember this movie. Arlie, is this when you were the therapist? Is this?
Yes.
I remember that. I remember where I was when I watched that.
Yes, I was looking at that going, why does he pick makes these so quickly? Loose Neck, I don't know what you over there doing and what kind of setup you have, but you quick with it. He just showed the boiled peanuts. They were peanuts. He had the boiled peanuts on there.
Peanuts.
Now it's me.
Peanuts.
And that was me as a therapist.
Yes. Thank you, Loose. Am I pointing the right way? Okay, bye. Thank you, Loose Neck. Carrie Portis, question for Joe. Who was the better athlete in high school, you or your son, Skylar?
My son, Skylar. That's a great question. My son, Skylar, definitely a better quarterback.
Thank you, Carrie.
But my son, Skylar, I was very basic.
No, Joe.
I feel you would say that.
Stop for a second.
Your
Stop
character.
Stop for a second. Nobody's going to say you're a bad person if you say yourself. You just said your son Skylar is a better quarterback than you. At that
better
point,
quarterback. Yes, that point. Yes,
At that point.
I wouldn't say athlete because he doesn't play basketball. But I was all world in basketball. But quarterback, man, I didn't throw the ball. You remember I ran the wishbone in high school.
right.
So I developed into a quarterback, but competitiveness, Doug. I fed off a competing, man.
Right.
That's about it. But
Right.
no, I'm not gonna sit here and toot my own horn. That's lame, ain't it?
Right. Right. Yeah.
I don't
Put your
believe. I
kids
mean,
first.
but he's talking about another comment I made.
Yeah, right.
I believe in tooting my horn. I mean, I don't care what people think about it either.
Absolutely.
From Loose Neck, they have a generator. All that beef they got in there, they got to.
If we
There's
had
a lot of beef over there.
if we had more time, we get into the history of that, what they're trying to, the story they're trying to tell. But let's move on.
This is another new Tony Ladson, and I believe he said he was from James Island.
Yeah.
I held the
That's my homeboy
commentary.
right there. That's my homeboy right there.
Thank
Tony
you for being here.
Frank. Appreciate the donation, homeboy.
Y'all going on the cruise? Any of you new people? Like, no, we're new. We didn't know about it. I think this cruise is about to be a yearly thing.
Absolutely.
I am declaring and decreeing, whether I'm here or not, that the cruise is a yearly thing for you all.
Absolutely.
I'm very happy for you. Millhouse, good morning. Good morning, Stews and Stewettes. This college football national championship is about as legit as the Lakers bubble ring. The nonsense, fella. Stop the nonsense. That team should be in the NFL.
Oh my goodness. I can't respond to that.
I can't respond.
I mean, they're just playing by the rules that are the rules today. I don't understand why you would disparage Indiana at this point.
Is he saying because they're older?
I guess that's what he's trying to say.
Oh,
Doug,
man.
they do
But
all
then
look.
the same argument was made about the Blue Bloods having the access to the best talent every year.
Right.
And paying kids under the table. Don't forget now, college athletes been getting paid for a long time. Okay, now it's just out in the open. You can't be mad. I don't understand that comment.
But Doug, can you look at the picture I sent you to your phone? Just
Okay.
while I'm pulling up the next.
Okay.
Like I sent it during the show.
Uh-huh.
And you can understand that man, he looks old as hell. I'm getting the image of it.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to pull it. This is what I wanted to. There it is. It's coming in now.
Okay.
Let's finish this. From Loose Neck, he says he bets Kevin Stefanski don't even like hot wings.
Somebody said earlier that he don't like lemon pepper.
He said it. Loose Neck said it.
Oh, okay.
Now look at this man.
Ooh.
This man looked like he's 42.
Mm.
That's number 8 that I was asking y'all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked old as Methuselah.
Yes.
Him and Methuselah was hanging out together at the club.
They said he was 24.
That ninja is not no goddamn 24.
My goodness.
From Rel Scott, if Stefanski takes the Falcons to the playoffs, all will be forgiven. I believe that too.
Absolutely.
Mhm,
Absolutely. Well, I don't know about I don't know if everything will be forgiven, but we're gonna move on. Absolutely.
We're gonna
Right.
move on.
Yeah.
Doug made this comment and I was very afraid, so I looked it up and you were correct, sir. Kenan Thompson attended Tri-Cities High School. He was a visual and performing arts magnet school in East Point, Georgia.
Very, very
I
good.
had never heard that before.
Very, very, very good friend of mine went to high school with him. So I knew that was accurate.
People were worried in the chat because you be killing people.
Oh, boy.
Bring back
And he's gotten even better at it. Like we played LL last Thursday. We dedicated and then somebody in the group dies.
E-Love. You remember the dude LL used to have on stage with him at all times, Joe?
Yeah.
E-Love? I think his name was E-Love.
He's no longer with us?
He just passed away he passed away the same day that we featured LL on the show, which that means Monday.
Wow.
We
You saw
featured
LL, you saw
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little scary. The CVW05 wants you to bring back the BPA award. I mean, I think we should too. We could look into it.
We can look into it.
Somebody help me. Yahya Sinwa. This is a new name. Miami had the swag that's nice. It's cool, but Indiana had the grit and the masculinity, energy, not that sassy shit.
Yeah.
Miami sassy
I
or
understand
confident?
I understand what he's saying.
Swagged out.
Baswama. Miami learned the hard way. You got to beat the refs and the players on the team. Indiana holding every play and no calls. I counted 3 PI, not call. I counted 3 plays or PI.
Might be a Miami fan, sir. Sir,
Three PIs not called. It was a physical. It was physical. It was a physical game, but they let him play. I'm all cool with it.
Hey, Tree, pull out that flyer for me. People,
Which
listen,
one?
your legacy insurance, life
Okay.
insurance. I need to tell the people, if you're
Flyer?
new to the show, what I do on my daily job is sell life insurance. Okay.
One of
Your
them.
legacy is more than just memories. It's the financial stability you leave behind. I'd love to be your life insurance agent. Bottom line, like I just said, I help you protect your family's future with affordable, trusted life insurance. Don't wait to secure what you've worked so hard for. Call me today for a free, no obligation quote, because our community deserves peace of mind. Here go my number right there, 678-770-8073. If you need life insurance, you don't have it, if you call me today, I will have you covered by this afternoon. Very simple. Fair and honest, great prices. Holla at your boy.
I don't know why y'all make me silly. I'm looking at your picture, like, why is he smiling like that? Look at this. Looking like a Cheshire cat. Douglas.
That's a young man.
Clean face, too, back then. That picture was about 10 years old.
LP the Saint. Our church league had carpet on the basketball court and we loved it. How the hell do you play on carpet, Joe?
It's hard. I mean, it's hard underneath. Just you can bounce the ball on it. There's no problem at all. No problem at all. It's an advantage.
I don't know what this means, but I just put it up here because this is another new viewer. Vernon Dozer, J2C9G. Thank you for being here. Kane's too easy.
Okay, so
he was talking about the last 48. He was talking about the last 48 in the 2001 Canes, Miami Hurricanes team.
So those letters and numbers, they aren't call letters for a radio station. That's something to do with Yard Stream or StreamYard. I don't know why I always say Yard Stream.
Stefan, we already talked about that. Demetrius said you need to call your baby mama and you'll be all right.
Call your baby mama. Is that from the other day?
No, it's today because of the storm.
Call your baby mama.
If you don't have the supplies, go over there and post up.
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Ryan getting rebraided. Marvin Childs. Maybe. He ain't here. He better be on that boat. That's what I know.
Well, we definitely be on the boat.
Butcher. Street saying Ryan got a BBL appointment.
What does that mean?
You know what a BBL is.
Ryan, why would my brother have a BBL appointment? What does that mean?
He's vain. He likes himself, which he should. Joe, I'm a fan of loving yourself too.
Oh yeah.
In all the ways.
I love me some meat. I'll tell you that.
Javon 3300. A few of us still have the boiled peanut shirts Doug sold back in the day. If you're going on the cruise, bring your shirt, please. And let me hold.
We even did a shirt for on the theme of boiled peanuts.
It was a big thing, Joe.
It was a big thing. It was very just misleading.
Where's the music? I said it was a big thing, and you were supposed to go, ba-da.
Oh.
Mr. Charles Jenkins. You got one more after this. Charles Jenkins says, where is Skylar playing at?
We don't know. He played at Landmark Christian in high school.
Maybe that came before Joe mentioned where he went for his visit. He went to
9:30, 9:34. He might have just joined.
Yeah, Charles Jenkins. What up, Jake?
Loose neck ending us off. Doug looked like he was selling encyclopedias to the Evans family in his insurance picture.
Put the picture back up so people can get the phone number.
Wait. Let me get this off. Okay, there we go.
So
say it.
if a brother don't have no facial hair, then he look like he's selling encyclopedias, huh? Is that what you're insinuating?
Look how your mouth is.
That's my smile.
Okay, it is. All right, I'm out. I'm leaving. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
That picture's
Ryan, come back.
That picture's
missed you.
it's not 10 years
Sorry.
old. It's probably 7 or 8 years old. A lot more
Joe.
gray.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, come on, honored.
I love your
Honored.
character.
Honored. What do you mean, catching? I'm putting on a show?
No, you're
I'm just being real.
your insides.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
they resonate with me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your.
She should have said personality.
I should have said what the.
Character's kind of confusing. Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Tree. Hey, Joe Ham, baby.
Doug.
This was a very, very fruitful show today because you finally, after 30 years of knowing you, you got to Tech in 95?
95, yep.
After 30 years of knowing you, and I've asked you this question, I know 50 times.
Yeah.
We used to have you in the Two Live Stew show. I knew you when you played at Tech because of the homeboy relationship.
Yeah.
You played at Tech, so 30 years it took for me to finally get the real answer to how Nebraska and Penn State and Georgia Tech found you. It wasn't because they just found you because they heard it was a great young man playing football in Alvin, South Carolina, and Macedonia High School. It's because you went to the camps.
Yeah, I did.
3 years in a row.
But I went to camps, period. I went South Carolina camps, Clemson camps. I went camping.
And listen,
and we had to back then.
We didn't go to camps like that. The only camp that we went to, and I guess shortly after I left high school, I graduated in 88. Shortly after I graduated high school, Berkeley players started going to individual camps like that. Mm-hmm. The only camps that we went to when I was in high school, we went to a camp where we had a scrimmage. They called it a camp. Like go and we played
team camps.
But we as individual players, like I wish that I had the opportunity or known to go to these individual player camps at all these big schools.
That's right.
You know, everything turned out good for me. Everything works out for me. But I always wonder, like, if I would have went to these camps 2-3 years in a row, if I would have went to Clemson's personal camp or Carolina, like, would things have been different for me?
It would have. It would. And Doug, that's not saying that you would have done it differently, but it would have made a difference because they want eyes on you. They can look at film and they always wonder, well, I hadn't seen him in person. I would like to see his real size or his real speed, and things like that. So it always helps to get in front of guys, no doubt.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, man, appreciate it today, brother.
Hey, man, you have a great day, man. Doug, anytime, my brother. And Stu might not be back on Monday, and if he's not, don't hesitate, my man.
Absolutely. All right, so y'all take care of this weekend. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the donations. Shouts out to WGPR 107.5 in the D. We will be back this coming Monday live. But if you want to go back and watch replays of the show, you can do that as well. Go to 2livestewsyoutube.com. That's 2 livestewsyoutube.com and look at all of the shows that we've done in the last 2 years. We have been back for 2 years. Yes. Thank you, Tree. You get an A+. Arlie gets an A+. Reggie Carson gets an A+. And the listeners get an A+ as well. We'll see you on Monday. Be careful out there in them streets. I guess you got to get to the grocery store if you're in Atlanta. That's where I'm headed right now. Peace.
What about Ryan? Look at
that big ass head is.
You don't get a grade?
Yeah, Ryan gets an A2. He gets an A2. God damn, last thing you want to do is get in a headbutting contest with my brother. Pull that picture back up. You get that. If you are 5 years old at the time of this picture, do not get in a headbutting contest with this kid. You are done. He kind of look like a little Bernie Mac too, don't he? Don't he look like Bernie Mac? A little Bernie Mac? No? Okay, all right. He don't look like a little Bernie Mac. Hey, be careful this weekend. Peace.
Wait, I want to talk to you. Don't go